we on the internet?
Yeah. Look, we're on the internet now.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to make sure. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome to HamPod, twitch.tv/HamPod. I am Sean. I only asked, are we live on the internet? Because there's a little counter that I thought was a countdown, and it was a count up, and that's why I asked that question. Anyway, here we are. I was prepared. We're here. My name is Sean. I am not Rain, the host of this channel, or anyone that is typically the host of this channel, but I have once again usurped it for my own means of running You Awaken in a Strange Place, usurped as in with permission. But yeah, I am Sean. You can sometimes find me as Celix across here or even Fitting Games. But before we get started, just wanted to give a few shout outs about things. Once again, a thank you, of course, for allowing this game to happen to HamPod. And for all of you lovely people in chat, a reminder that next week at the same time, there'll be a Vote in Vogue Girls by Moonlight game that will be taking place at the same time. Not sponsored, but with the Trans Empowerment Project to remind people that it's really good to go and vote. So this isn't officially one of those, but do it anyway. If you're not registered, register. If you are registered, check that you are, because some states have been doing things. But yeah, all that kind of stuff. We will now allow the players to introduce themselves. We won't quite yet have our characters, because for any of you that have seen the game before, they don't exist yet. Nothing about the world does. Rule number 1 of the game, come unprepared. So me not even knowing we're alive yet, I'm just following the rules. But I'll go ahead and let people start. And let's go in reverse order this time. So Maz, if you'd like to go first.
Oh, that's right. I did go first. I went last time. I'll go again right now. Hello, everybody. My name is Maz, and this is my face. You can find me all over the internet as Mazface. That's M-A-Z-C face. Mostly just Instagram, Threads, and Twitch. Otherwise, don't come for me. I am a cosplayer and graphic designer and a freelance journalist in my day life. And I also am an event organizer, and I run a channel called Open Circuit Studios, which is coming back from a 2-year hiatus very soon. Very excited about it. And I've been in the tabletop space for too long. Thanks for having me and putting up with this nonsense.
Nice.
Are we popcorning, or are we just going in reverse?
I figured we were just going in reverse. We can popcorn. There are no rails for this stream. We can be off of them already. Like,
was that Yuri or was that Taylor?
The rails are non-existent right off the bat. Hi, I forgot. I'm in the middle, so I get to be in the middle again. I'm not mad at that. Hello, everybody. My name is Yuri. That is Y-U-R-I. You can find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. Like I was telling them earlier, I'm spreading like a weed. So look at your favorite channels, and I've probably either been there or will be there soon. And if I haven't, you should totally tell them to take me off or something. I'm collecting channels and people and games like Pokemon, and that has been my favorite pastime for the last couple months. I do marketing both as my day job and in the TTRPG space. And I'm just really excited to be here, and I've never played this game before. So we'll see what happens. And then I'll pass it over to our last one who went first last. So Taylor.
Hey, I'm Taylor, aka spunkytaylor. I'm a Black variety content creator. I post the things, I do the things, I know the things, and I'm so excited to play You Awaken in a Strange Place.
Nice. Yeah. And another thing I forgot, Monday was the 4-year anniversary of the HamPod podcast. So give it up for the podcast. Hooray. I'm doing my best. Anyway, You Awaken in a Strange Place. A fully improvised game for 4 players designed by Jacob Andrews. For those of you who have not played, we're going to go through it because players, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think any of you have played it before, correct?
I didn't even know it existed before this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is great.
It is my favorite TTRPG in the world. There have been several times that I've run it and people have asked, oh, did you write this? Because not enough people know about it. So it has become my mission to just like let the world know that the game exists because it's lovely and I love it. So first what we do is we pick a GM. It's me, because Rain and I put this together. So that's really easy. And then the rest of you are players. And what we do after that is I'd like you each to roll 2d6. And then let me know what you get. 5. And okay, let's have the 5s re-roll because we can't tie. That's not something that can happen.
Unspoken rule.
9.
8.
Okay, so we'll start with Yuri and then go to Taylor and then go to Maz. So the first thing that our players are going to do is silently think of, for Yuri, a genre, for Taylor, an adjective, and for Maz, a location. You all can silently think of this, write it down, we'll go around and say it. And the example here, for anyone that likes examples, is Samantha rolls a 12 and chooses the genre Western. Liz rolls an 8 and chooses the adjective dangerous. Ellen, however, rolls a 2 and chooses the location high school. Therefore, in this example game, the setting is set in a dangerous high school in the Wild West. We're not going to do that because that would be blatant copying, and we're not about that here. But let's see what we are doing. So, Yuri, what is our genre?
We're going to go with fantasy because I've been reading way too much lately. If you know, you know, for all of you out there.
I know. I see.
Okay. Fantasy. And Taylor, our adjective?
Frightening.
Okay. And Maz, our location?
Post-apocalyptic city.
Ooh, very fun.
I was gonna pick On the Ocean because I'm watching a lot of One Piece, and I'm like, no, Maz.
Like, slow down.
Stretch yourself a little.
So now we will go around and come up with a truth from each of our players about this fantasy, frightful, post-apocalyptic city in the same order. So, Yuri, what would be the first true fact about our world?
Oh my gosh. The first true fact about the world, can it be something about the players as a group?
So,
or does it have to be like a...
There's a way to do it about the players. Let's hear it, and then we'll see.
Okay. Like so fairies like to kidnap human babies, and the players are a group of human babies that were kidnapped by the Fae.
Is that something everyone's okay with?
I'm okay.
Wait, we're all babies? We're all tiny?
No. Like, we were kidnapped as babies. So that's when we ended up in
now.
This place. So we're grown
now.
now.
I see. Okay.
We're about to maximum ride this, if anybody does.
Oh my god, deep cuts.
There we
Okay, yes.
Okay, so the first truth is that all of you are children who were taken by the Fae in your youth. Taylor, what's next?
That's I gotta think so hard about this.
That's the fun part. You don't.
I know. I try to, now I got maximum ride stuck in my head, but that doesn't deal with the world. In this world, there's Fae zombies created by factories.
Okay. And Maz, our last truth, please.
We are tasked by the Fae to figure out why the zombies are created and to take the factories down.
Okay. Nice. Tasked by Fae.
Is that kind of what you meant?
Yeah, that can really easily align with our goal.
That's right. That would be a goal thing. I could pick something else that has to do with the world. I got confused.
It's up to you, because tasked by the Fae can be enough to get us going, and then that could entirely not at all relate to the goal, because you all could be choosing that, like, actually, we don't like the Fae, and we're doing absolutely nothing that they want us to do. If you want to keep it, you're welcome to. If you want to save it for a goal, you are welcome to.
I'm gonna ask the team what they want to do. Because I can throw something else in there to, like, the actual world building if that's what you guys want.
And I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
Nice. Okay. And for our listeners at home who may not know, from now on, the players can introduce any truth about the world that they want, but they have to roll for it. And if they roll badly, I get to monkey paw it. So, chat, feel free to spam ideas that our players can be like, oh, I like that, and let's see how it goes. There's no incentives this time, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. It's fun. So players, now we're going to do a little bit more about the world building before we have some characters created. So we know that we are in a post-apocalyptic frightful city. Frightful, I assume, because it's full of Fey zombies that are being made in factories. And it is fantasy, which I think we're hitting pretty hard. What's the city like? This is a question for everyone and anyone. It's a free conversation stage.
Lots of arcanotech.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
What else?
Let's see. Man, what can we put in a city full of zombies?
Not Max, Mad Max this.
I know. Maybe we heard that there was like a hidden zombie factory in the city.
Sure. Hidden zombies in city. Taylor, anything you want to add about the world? Oh, yeah, go ahead, Yuri.
I don't know. I was just gonna say, like, that's why there's so many like there in the city,
Mhm.
but because they're all coming out from somewhere within it, and we don't know where.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor, anything you want to add?
I want there to be robotic dinosaurs that we can like ride.
I love it. I love this.
Okay. Rideable.
Instead of cars, robotic dinosaurs.
Dinos. Perfect. Okay. And then anything else to complete? I think you all would probably be pretty well trained by this point. I imagine you've probably been dino riding Fey zombie fighters for maybe like 6 months to a year, somewhere in that timeline. I'm imagining we're not doing like super post-apocalyptic, but like close enough.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So now let's have you each
It's
roll
like
again.
the idea of like a metropolis that had to get completely revamped because of a disaster, and now we made that our bitch.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to roll your 2d6 once more, and this will determine our order of character creation.
I got a 9.
Okay. A 6 and Taylor. What'd you get?
I got a 7.
Okay. So Maz, you get to start off. You get to tell us who your character is, what their place in the world is, and what 4 skills you'd like to introduce to our game.
Oh gosh. Okay. I had a really great character name in my head before you asked me to even roll, and now it's gone.
I hate when that happens.
It's just gone. Callum.
Okay.
Kallum. And or C. Whatever. Doesn't matter. And Callum is very like super short buzz cut, very angular jaw, like bright green eyes, kind of grumpy. Yes, perfect. Thank you, Maine. And an archer, with really cool like arcanotech arrows. Like each tip has a different kind of thing it does mechanically. And she makes them herself.
Very fun. And what 4 stats would you like to introduce? One that you're great at with a +2, one you're okay at with a +1, one you're bad at with a -1, and one you're horrible at with a -2.
I think I'll make agility my great skill.
Okay.
My good skill would probably be focus.
Okay.
I can't type words. My bad skill would be I have a very short temper, so probably cool, I guess.
Okay.
And my terrible skill would be I'm just gonna go with charisma.
Sure. Charisma.
Just awkward as hell.
Nice. Okay. Taylor, I believe you rolled second. Oh, and also, if we can, as we're going around and introducing the world, I believe under settings, we can change our name, unless I'm fully lying, which I might be.
No?
I can't believe you're a liar, man.
I'm me either. There has to be a way.
No, you're
How
definitely
could
a
you?
liar.
Oh, okay. If you click
Oh,
on your little portrait, there's a,
yeah, there we go.
if we want to go around and put our character's name and pronouns on the bottom of the screen, that would be lovely. And Taylor, if you'd like to introduce us to the next character.
Yeah, my character is Hunter. She she has her hair always up in a bun, passion twists, like spearing out all the time with it. The style of clothing, she loves her crop tops, camo pants, energy wise, because she thinks that nobody can see her with these camo pants on and stuff. She wears like these gear goggles all the time. But yeah, so how do I do the stat stuff again?
I'll just ask you, and I'll put them in our little private chat here so we can see it. But what would you like to be your +2? What are you great at?
What am I great at? Do I pick from the
Nope.
list? No.
It can be anything in the world other than the 4 that have already existed. You get to come up with 4 new ones. They don't even need to be one word. They could be a whole sentence if you want it to be.
Cool.
But
I believe that
You tell me now.
earlier I told you that we could do exploding people with their minds. I thought that meant we could do sentences.
I missed it.
If you want to go back and change them,
I'm
I was
sorry.
I
like,
apologize.
I was like, she's great at technology.
Okay.
Like mechanical side, like building, but she just understands it. Mind blown.
Cool. Nice. What else? What is she good at?
Good at zombie anatomy.
Okay. Specifically zombie anatomy. Nice.
Specifically zombie anatomy. Everything else, don't know.
What is something that she's bad at?
Bad at?
Mm-hmm.
What can she be bad at? Bad at animal handling.
Okay.
That's hysterical.
And what is something that she is horrible at?
Horrible. I don't know how this will help. Like, bad at cooking?
Sure. Nice. And then our last character to be introduced. Yuri, would you like to go ahead and tell us who you're playing?
Okay, so I'm playing somebody named Maya, and she is going to be our like roguey assassin-y character here. So they wear like all black hood, and they kind of trails off in these weird little like tendrils, and the shadows around her, like her own shadows, seem to like move even though she's not moving. And when you get close to her, like other people's shadows kind of like look at her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just overall kind of creepy, but like in a cool way, right?
Nice.
We are going to give her the skill shadow wielding.
Okay.
So controlling other people's shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that she's best at.
Okay.
And then something she's good at. We are going to say she is good at you guys, do you guys know what shibari is?
Yes.
Shibari.
Absolutely.
For those of us in chat that may not know,
It is the artful form of rope
tying rope.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
That is what it is. All right. It is the art of rope tying.
Very fun.
On a person specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's decent at that, you know.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
I doubt I
So
spelled
we're
it right in
gonna
chat,
put-
but it's what
okay.
it is.
We can just
Okay.
put rope tying. That's fine. And then she is the next one something she's bad at?
Yep,
right?
something she's bad at.
Okay. We are going to put. She's not very good at like talking to people and reading people either, because they haven't been around a whole lot of people more so than like fae and monsters. So I would say probably like empathy would be something she's not good at.
Perfect.
And then we are going to say that she is awful at dino riding.
Dino riding.
Yeah, that's not something that she's particularly good at either.
Okay, and then the last 4 skills that we'll introduce to the world will be. I feel like we might need some stealth in this one, so we'll put stealth in. I feel like we might need. Oh, we have a hydrate or dihydrate in the chat. So anyone that actually, I thought on this channel it was hydrate or die straight. When did that change? Anyway, drink your
We'll
juice.
hydrate is the point. My water bottle has got my name on it.
What else would be good for this world? Got it. I feel like something frightful. Let's do composure. Roll in to maintain your composure. Let's do Fae history and knowledge. I feel like that will be helpful. And let's do common sense.
Perfect.
Something that, like, if you're like, can I address this just with like basic common sense? Y'all can roll to see if you can.
Wouldn't composure be Maz's cool? Like keeping your cool?
Yeah,
or was that just like strictly a temper thing?
No, that was kind of what I meant.
Cool. Then we will swap.
Yeah, composure, keeping your cool, being able to like not let shit mess you up mentally.
Yeah, then we'll swap composure for arcane summoning.
Cool.
Summoning. Cool. So those will be the only 16 stats we can use in the game. For anyone to get a recap, we have agility, focus, cool, charisma, technology, zombie anatomy, animal handling, cooking, shadow wielding, rope skills, empathy, dino riding, stealth, fae history and knowledge, common sense, and arcane summoning. Any skill that you did not assign, you have a +0 to, and you can use all of those 16 skills, and they're the only 16 skills that this game will allow. Any questions from anyone before we begin? Okay. Then you awaken in a strange place. You awaken in a part of the world, in the part of the city that we have not had you explore before. You were sent out by the Fae on a mission, knowing that there was a secret dino factory, that there was a secret zombie factory that was hidden, and it's your quest to find it, because the Fae can't go into zombie factories or they become Fae zombies themselves, as set up by the world. So they need to send humans for it, even though this is very much a skill that they would be much better at because they're magical beings. But the 3 of you have been put together as a task force to either take out the zombies, get rid of them in some way, do a thing. It's up to you players now to come up with what goal you would like to be doing. And it has no need to do what I just described. You all can 100% change everything I just said. You just got to roll for it. But what goal would you like to start with?
Oh my god. This is so much harder than I thought it would be. Let's see.
Well, my immediate thought is to investigate where that factory might be, but I feel like we should do something else first. Like, I don't know.
So the goal right now is just factory. What was the options, or do we not?
You are fully coming it up. There is no parameter that is wrong. It is an open concept.
I don't think we picked yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I know, like, the overarching we decided is like we're the task force that's trying to figure out why there's zombies, or to stop the zombies.
So you know how he said that the Fae sent us here to get rid of the zombie factory because they can't come here, because if they do, they turn to zombies, right? Because it's a Fae zombie factory, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't affect humans.
Okay.
So we agree to investigate under the pretense of, yeah, we're going to do this for you totally, right? But when we get there, we figure out we try to figure out what is the thing that's turning them into zombies, but we don't destroy it like they want us. Instead, we take it and we just turn all of them into zombies, and then we can probably control them with whatever the thing is. And then now we rule this area of the Fey realm. And they can't do anything because if they get close to us, they turn to zombies. So they think we're going to go destroy it.
But really, we're securing our freedom from the creatures that kidnapped us as children and made me miss the mom I never knew. Sorry, I got real sad.
Bingo. What do you guys think about that? We're double agents.
Swag. Love it.
I love this idea.
So,
Swag.
I'm down.
Our branching goal, usurp the Fae, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It's so lofty when you say it.
You know,
but yeah,
someone's got to try and put some sort of container on this story. That's the only thing I'm here for. Nice. And yeah, you would be not like in the factory, but like in the part of town. It's a part of town that is very run down. It's like whatever took out the land. Maybe it was a Fey plague. Maybe it was the Dino Crisis before you tamed them and replaced their hearts with artificial metals that allow them to now be mechanical dinosaurs. Maybe it was the original zombies that were zombies, but then they became Fey zombies, and now it's a Fey problem, not a human problem. Who knows what destroyed this part of town, unless someone wants to roll for it. But you're in a part of town that was long ravaged because you think that's where the secret factory must be, as it's one of the few parts of town that hasn't been explored. And you see just like constant smoke coming from the ground itself. There's like the sun itself has been felled from the sky and been replaced with like an ethereal twilight that looks like the aurora borealis, but if it was only shades of black and gray, just like glimmering over the city at all times. The streets were once cobblestone, but are now like sharp, jagged, fang-looking things just jutting up from the ground that make it really hard to walk in step, except for those of you that have like the best of maneuverability. And that's where you find yourself, where off in the distance you see a building you assume would be the Fey Factory. What would you all like to do?
Hunter, you didn't happen to bring any new arrows for me, did you?
It's like, I could make some robotic arrows.
Please, because the last time we went hunting, I lost all of them.
But don't you lose these. These should be like boomerang style arrows. They can come back to you.
See, this is why you're my favorite sister. I mean, I love you, Maya.
She's like not even listening though. She's just like.
So I'm just gonna ask her two things real quick. Hunter, can we get a roll for making the arrows?
Yes.
What stat would you like to use?
Technology, hopefully.
Okay, yeah, technology makes perfect sense.
That is a good 6.
Cool. A 6 is a failure. Is that with your modifiers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exciting.
Yeah. So then the second thing I was going to have you do is roll to see whether or not it's true that they're boomerang arrows. But we're going to throw that out. You made boomerang arrows. Cool. And you're able to hand them to Callum.
Here you go. These should be perfectly fine. Should be just fine.
You are the best.
I know I am. I try my best. Adjust goggles.
Someone in chat calling me out. That was the most cheerful. Okay, that was a failure I've ever heard.
Can we say that the steampunk gnomes destroyed the city? Yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make anyone roll for that. Steampunk gnomes definitely destroyed this part of the city.
We just don't know why.
We don't know why.
Let's see. I want to make it so that because I'm so bad at riding the dinosaurs that everybody else rides around, I want to make it so that I can use my shadow wielding to travel between the shadows, and that's how I keep up with them.
Just riding in the shadow of one of our dinosaurs, just hopping back and forth.
Yeah, I just kind of like go into the shadow and I catch a ride and then pop out of his shadow when we get there, essentially.
Yeah.
I feel like Hunter's the driver of the family anyway, so just riding the dinosaurs for everyone.
Callum's on a raptor.
I don't think we have to roll to be successfully currently riding your dinos. Unless you all want to, we can. But right now, I'm like, you're on them. You got them tamed.
Thank you.
Maya is in the shadows doing their thing. Like, it's a good spot.
Thank you. Me and my Stanley. That ain't my dinosaur.
Yeah. So you guys were talking to each other, and you turn around to look at Maya when you say, like, "Oh, like you too, Maya," but she's not there. Yeah,
Maya,
she's not there.
Go now.
like, check a shadow. Check one of the shadows.
I'm like I'm like trying not to fall off of my raptor while I look down at its shadow.
It's like, Maya, what shadow are you in?
Yeah, you just see like a hand come out of the raptor's shadow and just wave at you guys and go back in.
Okay. I was like, all right, you got Maya. Callum.
Yeah, of course I do. All right, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, my question for y'all is: do you think that he's down there? Do you think that the mob boss of the steampunk gnomes is waiting for us?
Probably.
I don't.
No, like, what day is it again? Because he could be at bingo.
Oh shit! I like reach into
Sundays
the pouch.
only.
Is it Sundays is bingo? Okay.
Sundays
so,
normally bingo. Yeah.
I reach into my satchel that has a bunch of studs on it for no reason other than I think it looks cool. And I open it and I pull out like an uncharacteristically really cute pink and purple planner that nobody knows that Callum has. Keeps that shit to herself. And it's like, yep, it's Friday, which means he's playing blackjack downstairs, and he hates being interrupted playing blackjack. But what? We have to go down there. I don't like it.
Well, you know what we got to do? Play blackjack.
You just see like a head poke out of the shadow. Like she grabs the edges of a shadow, like as if it's like a physical thing. She's just like, I don't know how to play blackjack.
Okay.
Like, don't worry. I know some blackjack. I believe. Full confidently.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna go really, really well.
It's gonna go great. Like,
and you pull your dinos and your shadow dino up to the entrance to the hole in the ground that you all know is the underground steampunk dwarf gnome. Which one was it?
No.
The steampunk gnome casino. That's getting written down, so I'm gonna have to ask again. And there's a hole. There's like one single thing that you can like grab and slide down. The actual building collapsed forever ago. There's no staircase in, but there's a really well braided rope that has a couple knots. So like if you want to like climb down, you can, or if you want to be cool and like slide down, you can. And you're able to get into the steampunk gnome casino.
Okay. It smells really bad down here.
It smells like oil and exhaust fumes and just so moist.
It's too moist down here.
That's the mechanic of the family.
And
it's so moist down here, and my hair's like doing that like frizz thing slowly, just getting bigger.
It's bad. It's bad. Cowl. You hear like pistons off in the background and giant cogs and gears turning. There are just broken pairs of goggles on the floor because they break them while working so often that they just don't even bother to pick them up anymore. So there's like green glass like from their lenses and I'm like trying not to step on it, but also at the same time, I don't care.
Like,
yeah. Maya just goes, yeah, no. Ew, and goes into Callum's shadow because there's no way she's stepping on any of it.
Hunter is going straight for the bar. It was like, "Hey, yo, Charlie, give me 2 rounds of that sloppy toppy."
And Maya, can I get a roll for shadow wielding, please?
Absolutely.
And then like Hunter just throws a bunch of trinkets.
5,
at the table.
3. That's 8 plus 2, so 10.
Perfect. That's a success for a threshold. Nothing has to happen. You slip right into your sibling's shadow easy as day, or night, or eternal twilight.
Why is this happening? Why are you?
I don't. The ground is nasty.
So you're gonna be in the shadow on the ground? Okay, all right.
You
It's
wish.
fine. You
Are you saying your shadow's nasty?
no, but it's on the ground.
It's not nasty. I promise. It's just fine.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
just in
is
case
my
you were
shadow
wondering,
nasty?
it's a pretty clean shadow.
I was like, you don't go in my shadow as often.
When was the last time you cleaned your shadow, Hunter?
Years into the shadow, it doesn't come back out.
I was like, I have to clean it.
And from the bar where Hunter ordered her drinks, you just hear, yeah, here you go. And a little gnome that's like this big jumps up on the counter and passes you glasses that are this big and just pushes them forward. It's definitely his workout for the day, just sliding 2 mugs forward. But a mug of slop is delivered to each
Thank
of you.
you.
Mhm.
It's like
Cheers.
Hunter puts like a couple of trinkets down there,
Mhm.
and then like also
Yeah.
put extra trinkets. Like, hey, can you change these into the chips for the blackjack table?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, where's Chucky? Where's Pops? I gotta talk to Pops.
Oh, he's back there playing gnome blackjack. It's different than the normal kind because the gnomes always win unless you cheat. But you can't cheat because then the house will come against you.
Okay.
The gnomes are the okay. Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah. You want to know how to cheat? I'll tell you for 50 gold.
Go. We got trinkets. What happened to the trinkets, Charlie?
I thought this was the barter system. Why y'all change that?
You know, the last time I've been above the hole in the earth, I don't know what's going on up there anymore.
It's not bottle caps anymore. I tell you that right now.
It's like, if you're not going up there, why you need gold?
Because it's shiny.
That I can give you shiny trinkets.
Cool, they give me 50 shiny trinkets.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot of shiny trinkets. What about one really big shiny trinket?
Are you emerging from the shadow?
Well, they
Just my head.
Oh, that
I
was
start
spooky.
walking away while Maya's head floats behind me.
Yeah. I don't like that one. That one scares me. Stay in the shadow or come out. We
You
can't do
see-
both here.
Yeah, you see, like the glass would have made a small shadow, and you see just a hand grab the glass and then boop, it into its own shadow. You don't know where it went, and then you see like Maya's head above just chugs it.
Incredible.
I love that.
Callum walks just straight to the blackjack table where Pops is sitting.
So you come to play gnome blackjack, have you?
No, I came to talk to Pops.
No,
But I'll play.
No blackjack.
So we dealing in 1, we dealing in 2?
Do I have to play to talk to him?
Nah, as long as someone's playing.
Oh,
Fine.
not me.
No, I was like, I'll play.
Nice.
The cards look sticky.
I'll play.
Well, the sticky's the best part. It makes it so that you can't do a quick little shuffle in and out when you got some cards stuck to your hands.
Man, that's why you wear gloves. Shows off gloves.
So we got 2 being dealt in then?
I'll play.
Nice.
Yep.
And what stat would you like to use to play gnome blackjack?
We can use. You guys can use. Well, one of you has focus, right?
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
focus or cool.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then there's common
Okay.
sense too.
Yeah, I was looking at common sense.
I'll probably use focus because I have a +1.
Cool.
I do some good old common sense.
Okay.
Can I, because I'm not playing,
Mhm.
right? But I am in Callum's shadow.
Mhm.
Can I use my shadow wielding to basically travel to his shadow so I could see his cards?
Yeah. Roll me shadow wielding. And what did go ahead and roll the associated traits for cards.
So we didn't need to pay to know how to cheat. We've got Maya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know how to play, but there's something I can do.
Right?
Cards.
Listen, I appreciate your skills. I got
It's an 8.
a 13.
Nice.
I got 2 6s.
I don't think there's any rules about a crit. But good job.
Yay!
That's the rule. We all celebrate.
You do a little dancey dance
And Hunter?
every time someone crits.
I got a good 11.
Yeah, those are both successes.
Yeah.
All three of you paint me this picture that you'd like to paint as Maya, you did have a complication that we'll get to, but through your work with your family, cheating your way through gnome blackjack to beat the first round against Pops.
Yeah.
Caleb smoking a cigarette and pretending that they don't even want to be here, and they just kind of watch Hunter the whole time.
Yeah, Hunter like approached that table, confident, like slammed that second glass of slop, gave it to Pops. Was like, I know what you like. Energy. Pulls up their candy cigarette and pretends to smoke that because they can't have too much in their lungs. They have the mechanics all the time. That they be looking at the cards and stuff using like the reflection of their goggles to like start looking at other people's cards to figure out and start counting.
Okay. And Maya?
So I would have slipped into his shadow and taken a peek at what his cards are, and then gone back to let's see, who do I think? I think Hunter seems more confident. So I go to Hunter and I like whisper what cards he has.
No.
And then, yeah.
Quick maths is in Hunter's head.
Yeah, because they're counting. I know they're good at math.
big brain energy, brain blast.
And you win the first round. And here, well, it has been quite some time since a non-gnome has beaten me at gnome blackjack. I can only assume you had a little help from beyond. And a bunch of lights turn on at the same time, eliminating all shadows. Maya, can you make me a roll of your choice to either stay hidden in shadow until a chance comes back to get out, or escape from one?
Shit. Okay, I will. I will roll. I think I'm gonna. Fuck, I'm between agility. So agility if I want to try to get out of it, or stealth if I want to stay in one. I think she is going to like the smallest shadow, like under a person type of thing. She's gonna take her chances because she doesn't like being out on the open. It just freaks her out.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll. Oh no, that's a 5.
A 5. Beautiful. So you see like that, like even though lights on all over the place, like the cup your sister put down still is casting a bit of a shadow as like the hand crosses. You're like, perfect, my chance. And you jump for it as the hand moves and there's no longer a shadow there, and you appear mid-air falling onto the table from above and are splayed out, very clearly trying to have stealth and not at all succeeding.
I think what I do in that moment is Callum just lifts up her baby sister, throws her over her shoulder, and just kind of just looks at her disapprovingly. She tried. Look, Pops, if you want us to solve this zombie problem and do what we agreed upon by giving us the technology to wield this power we're supposed to find for you in exchange for you giving us the weapons, then you better let all of this go.
There ain't no rules against cheating in gnome blackjack.
Well, why you look so mad at me? Dang!
Because you cheated and you won.
Back on the table.
You cheated and you won.
Because Callum, I taught you about gnome blackjack. We can cheat. Why you think I got the goggles?
This is why I don't like playing board games.
See, if y'all just come to my game nights, y'all would know.
I'm sorry. Are you okay, Maya?
She's just because you tossed her back on the fucking table. She's just like, wee! And she's just laying there like,
oh Maya.
Well,
like,
you
oh,
did
there was
win.
something sticky under me, and I don't want to get up and find out what it was.
I was like, I was like, Hunter trying to angle their cards to like try to form a shadow. I was like, can you get in the card shadow? Can you do that, Maya? Is that enough shadow for you?
She's just sad. She looks so defeated. She's like, no, it's fine. I think I need. Does anybody have like a cloth. I need to wipe myself with something. Like the shadow's not gonna get rid of it. I don't want to. Nobody tell me what it was, please, or I'm gonna start screaming.
I hand her a small like test tube, and it's a green liquid, and it's a cleaning potion.
Yeah, roll for that.
Okay.
Roll to make cleaning potions true about the world.
What's the skill I'm adding to it?
No, it's just a straight roll.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. So, cleaning potions are real, but they clean because they're 100% acid. So you give little green acid vials that will clear away whatever you want, but also probably whatever's underneath it. Maya, you would know this as a truth about the world, and it's up to you whether or not you use it. But
she's just like, thanks. It's not that gross. I'll live. But she takes it anyways and pockets it for later because she knows they're useful.
Fun surprise for later.
Yeah. And she turns around and looks at everyone, and she looks at whoever looks the cleanest and just like takes their cloak and starts wiping herself down with it.
yeah, you get handed like a cloak that has like, it's a gnome cloak. So it's definitely clean, but it's not clean. It's like a steampunk rag that Hunter would probably be able to give you if you were back home or something. But you have it. Well, if you're all here to really go after them Fey zombies, I guess we got to give you I guess you got to get the info you earned. I heard that the reactor had stopped working and that they're hoping to get it repaired, but they're hoping that we'll repair it for them, and they have not given us the shiny trinkets that we need yet. So no one can go in or out of the factory on the Fey side until we get it fixed. So tonight's a pretty good night to go and do what you're gonna do, as long as you uphold our end of the deal here too.
At night? We can go at night.
Is it ever not night? It's been a while since Pops went upstairs. Has it changed since then?
Sometimes the sun comes out, but it's mostly green.
Yeah. It's like, really, really overcast all the time.
And green.
So it's more like it goes from black to gray and then back to black.
Yeah, that's not good for gnome complexion.
No. It's not good for my complexion either, but I don't have a choice.
Same.
Yes.
Well,
okay. Do you know if there's, even though it's not working, do you know if there's guards?
I'd imagine that all of them zombies are still guarding the place, but we certainly haven't put anyone in there, and I don't think the Fae have, and risk of the generator turning back on.
Okay, so
yeah.
just zombies.
Yeah, just your
you can deal
average
with
run-of-the-mill undead creatures.
Well, we'll do what we can to get this territory back for you, so maybe eventually you can come out of that hole, and maybe we can get the hell away from this Fae. She's just very angry at the Fae at all.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we'll do it. We'll do what we can.
Because we want to raise this hole to be exactly the same, just encased in glass, so it's always super hot in here, and all the sticky stuff is always kind of squishy. Because we've liked this cave we've built.
It's good to have goals.
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself, Hunter. Let's leave.
Please.
And you all leave back to the twilight.
I put my cigarette that I make myself out of just random leaves.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Who knows? And
Yeah.
I just put it out in the middle of the table that already has a bunch of burnt holes in it from whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just leave it there and I just walk away.
I just eat mine.
Yeah.
And I pick Maya back up. There you go.
You did say it was candy.
It was
that
a
makes
candy.
sense.
Yeah, it's a candy. I was like, but it might look.
That took me a whole second to like.
That might look confusing for everybody else. I just.
Yeah.
I have a question. Are the big lights that they turned on to catch Maya still on, I assume?
Once the next round is dealt out, they go off.
Oh, okay.
Unless
Okay.
you can make them beyond. You can always make a statement about the
I
world.
was just gonna shoot them out before we left.
Oh, go for it.
And just test one of the boomerang arrows.
Yeah, roll for what you want to roll for.
I mean, I would think that would probably be focus.
Sounds good to me.
Sniper rolls make sense.
Yeah.
8.
8. So I think the complication is pretty clear because, as we learned earlier, these are definitely boomerang arrows.
As far as I know.
Yeah, and they definitely are, so much so that the second they leave the arrow, they fall immediately to the ground and hit your feet.
I look at the ground. I look at my sister. I look at the ground.
Mhm.
And I look back at my sister.
You came
Boomerang
back.
arrows. She takes it, she snaps it, and then
just throws it. She's like,
she
see,
takes
this is
the
what I
broken
don't use
half that
weapons."
doesn't have the Arcanotech at the tip and just throws it at the light.
Yep. And the light explodes as it's hit. Audacity, no, I'm not updating right now.
I say, are you sure? Do you want to update?
I just got a
Hey.
pop-up covering
sure?
the stream being like, are you sure you don't want to update right now? I'm like,
You should hear about our great new
Your
key changing tools that we've provided.
I
for
know
you.
your computer's like, hey.
it
wanna
wasn't
break down the
even
app?
like
It was
the app
so-
wasn't open.
Why
It
did-
opened itself to remind me I could update it.
It's like
I want to let you know.
It's like,
You can
hey,
it's
update
like
right
forgot about
WYD.
me.
WYD, what you doing?
Yep.
now. What are you doing?
Anyway,
Okay, so as they're climbing out, like the moment that Callum starts climbing out, she looks up and like she has very like she clearly does manicures her own nails, and she just goes like, yeah, no, and then just jumps into Callum's shadow. And then she comes back out once they're up top.
This is why you can't run. Because you just don't.
My
I don't
shadow is
need to
clean.
run. Mm-hmm.
Clean a
Yeah,
shadow.
it's fine. You see, you guys have your dino things, and she doesn't even get near them. She's just like, they're gross. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. Now, how far do we need to go?
the factory you can see off in the distance, so it's a couple city blocks, like maybe 4 or 5 blocks down the street. Not far. Could easily get there on foot. Could very quickly get there on dino. Not far.
I find an old torn up pair of gnome shoes on the ground, and I feed them to my raptor and take off.
Beautiful. This time I will have you roll for dino riding.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a 7 because I get plus nothing to dino riding.
Yeah, a 7's still a success. It's just a success with a complication. The gnome shoes you fed the dino. Very
Yeah.
similar. The way that these dino
Total
texts-
normal dinosaur food.
Exactly. And the way that they work is anything they eat becomes part of their anatomy. And so they eat these gnome shoes, which are much too small, and grow onto the tips of the feet of your raptor. One, it does not look stylish. These
Can it
shoes
just
are
be-
out of season and bad for raptors. But 2, your raptor has to slow because it's not used to walking in them. So it's walking at like half the speed you could just trying to run in these gnome shoes.
Why?
See,
Why?
I'm not fond of dinos, but even I wouldn't have chosen those shoes for it.
Yeah, come on, Callum.
I listen.
Come
I
on.
thought
That's
they would
just
be.
cruel.
I thought it would grow on their hands, and they could punch with them. I didn't expect it
No.
to be on their feet. They only have
Fair.
2. Okay, all right, fine.
Fair.
She's just seething. She's quietly seething.
I'm just, like me and Stanley, we don't have to do all that.
I'm gonna roll
My
for cool.
Stegosaurus.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for cool.
I rolled a 2, and I got -1 to that, so I got a 1 in cool. So
I'm gonna let you handle this one. Take it away.
she takes her dagger and she starts tearing the shoes off of the dinosaur's feet and then wraps them in leather. You're fine. You're fine. Percy, you're fine.
Percy looks a little scared, but like nods enough to be like, okay, I think I know where the factory is going. I'm not doing this conversation right now. I'm fine. But Percy looks terrified.
Good boy. I'm out of here.
And you
Fix
all-
my
can't.
dinosaur later, somebody.
We didn't take any like medical anything.
Nope.
We're
Sure
so
didn't.
fucked.
You can create medical things. You can
Yeah.
roll to have medical things be on your person. You can always try and summon something into reality.
Oh, summoning is a skill.
Oh, I meant summon through a dice roll. You could also try arcane summoning to summon something into reality.
All right, I'm gonna wait till we get there. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're on our way,
Yep.
and
You are on.
you said it was
your-
close, so
Mhm.
she'll probably just shadow surf again if it's not very far.
Yeah.
Especially after seeing like that exchange, she's like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
just disappears. She's like, no, thank you.
Yeah. And
Um,
you're able to get there. Are you thinking you're the first one on the scene?
I think Maya would definitely get there first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like Hunter doesn't rush Stanley.
Stanley? What kind of dino is Stanley?
A Stegosaurus.
I
Okay.
love that.
So Stanley moseys on up. Percy does a good run, but like still a little annoyed about the whole thing. So yeah, Maya, you definitely get there first. And what you see is like it used to be. What do I want it to be? What do we feel is more soulless? The like cafe in the middle of a university that nobody goes to because it's out of the way and too overpriced, or an apartment complex?
The very specific university one for sure.
Okay. So you arrive.
Like, been there, been
Yep.
there, done that.
You arrive at like the campus cafe that definitely used to be in like the admissions building, which is like great for the 3 weeks of the year that like the school does tours and like the en masse tours, but it also has the free coffee for employees and the admin staff that don't need to go 2 rooms down to like the like generic coffee shop that costs way more than free. So therefore the vibe is always off, the beans are always a little old. Nothing about this is the coffee shop that appeals to people, which was perfect for when the zombies came because they knew nobody would check it out and they had long enough time to build their zombie machines before anybody bothered to go to this cafe except for like maybe the one worker that sometimes showed up to their shift. So you arrive to the fortress that's now built around here, and you see several Fey zombies patrolling. You see this like lights flickering inside. You hear just like machines trying to whir up, but as you know, they're inoperable right now. They're broken for some reason. What is it Maya does, and what else does Maya see as she arrives to this like fortified, sad cafe? Oh, you're muted.
Oops. She would very like slowly walk in and look around, and I think that there would be like the little tables and chairs. They would all be like stacked up like in front of the bar, trying to like cover like the way back to where the kitchen is. And then everything else just looks, not that it looks like dirty or unclean, but just like nobody has been here in a very, very, very long time. And so she would know, okay, there is some sort of entrance to the place we're looking for or something behind the bar, like in the kitchen. She wouldn't want to go there on herself, by herself, basically because a kitchen has a lot of things. There are more machines in the kitchen and knives and like moldy, gross things that she doesn't want to get close to if she can help it. But she looks around to see if she sees any other form of like living creature, or just kind of scouts to make sure there are no zombies there before the rest of them get there.
Yeah, the only zombie you see is the original college student that got turned and the only human zombie in known existence, because they needed someone to keep manning the coffee shop so nobody paid attention. And so there's just this employee that's been here for 500 years or so. No, he said it was only been like 6 months. For 6 months or so, just like making coffee and then putting it on the table, but the table is so full that it just keeps being knocked off by every new thing, and you just see this one employee, but that's the only undead you currently see in the room.
Yeah, I feel like having that be the only human zombie, I feel like they would know him as well. And so they wouldn't like attack him because they know like he's not. Yeah, so she'd just go like, "Hey, Tim, still making coffee?" Right. I love what you've done to the place.
Tim picks up one of the ones that was just placed and tries to hand it to you.
Oh, I think I will wait for my sisters so we can have it together. So, yeah, keep making the coffee though. You're doing a great job.
Meh.
Like clearly, like I said, like people is not her thing. She wasn't like she came first because she was trying to get away from like Callum and their like outburst, but now she's regretting it because she forgot Tim was here and she's like
And Callum and Hunter, this is when you arrive to your sister mid conversation of just like not a word has been said, nothing more than half a syllable. You arrive to this conversation as Tim is sadly putting coffee away that he thought could be to somebody.
I'm crying. I'm sorry.
Maya, you okay?
You all see why this is my favorite game? I love this game so much.
I'm running this game. This is
such a great game.
Yeah, I was just saying hello to Tim here, who's still doing a great job, buddy, at making coffee.
Tim, you're doing so
Help me,
good.
please.
Tim's the best.
Oh, you gonna drink it?
It's still hot.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's fresh.
Oh,
like,
okay.
The school had like a year's supply of beans and no one's coming to get coffee. Like it's I mean, it's not good, but it's
It's a little stale, but it's edible. It's still
like Hunter drunk slop. Hunter take this coffee.
You see like Tim try and smile, but like the skin cracks around the smile because it's like been so sad set that changing the face just cracked it a little.
Puts a couple of buttons in Tim's tip jar. You did a great job, Tim. I hope you get Ploy of the Month. Yeah.
Callum's looking for pastries.
Pastries right now?
Yeah.
In this economy?
There are
to
pastries.
Feed something to Piercy because she feels bad.
Yeah, there are pastries.
Yeah, I just don't want him to turn into a pastry.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's fine.
Tim. Has anybody gone in or out of that back door in the kitchen? Just for yes, if or no. Oh, they have that shit. That was a yes, right? I said I said for you. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Hey, somebody's been in there.
Oh. Wait, can I roll for zombie anatomy to speak zombie?
If you get a 12, yeah.
Let's see it. No, that was a good 06.
You think you speak zombie.
It's giving Dory speaking whale is what it's giving.
And you see Tim like turn around and start working on something on the counter behind him. There's nothing on the counter.
I'm the weird one now, Tim.
Ooh.
Wow, I got beef.
Like Tim's making fun of you. You know what, Tim? You're not too bad. You're not so bad.
And Tim offers you a coffee once more.
Oh, she takes it and just like gives it a Callum.
This drink, I like it. Another.
Again, there is an entire table full of coffees that is just constantly overpouring. Callum can have as many as they want.
Callum is just, while they're having this non-conversation, Callum is just downing old but fresh, college grade coffee.
The further you go, the colder it gets. The Raiders, hello. Playotic Games, welcome in.
Thank you for the raid. Let's go.
Lovely.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Honestly, for y'all's raid messages, that's the calmest one I think I've ever seen.
So cute. I
hey.
love
This
them.
is so
Yeah.
fun.
Hope you had a good stream. We are currently playing You Awaken in a Strange Place. It is my favorite TTRPG. We are currently a band of 3 sisters who are in the Fae land of a non-Fae post-apocalyptic city where they're on a quest to steal technology, possibly for the cyberpunk gnomes, possibly for themselves. Steampunk, thank you. Steampunk gnomes,
Yes.
possibly for themselves, in a ploy to be able to use the technology to turn all Fae into zombies and take back their lives.
Only the steampunk gnomes can turn it into handheld weapons that we can use against the Fae.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just
I mean,
stealing
we've
like
come
giant
pretty far.
machines.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
we've come pretty
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot happening. I gave my raptor cyborg raptor shoes, and he ate them, and then his feet turned into gnome shoes, and then I cut them off with a knife because I was mad about it.
So
Also,
Tim-
Maz in real life was a barista for 10 years. So I have a lot of
You're like,
feelings
this
right
hit
now.
me home. Hey, would Tim the zombie know like sign language?
You roll for what would you like to succeed on to teach Tim sign language?
Well, it's like if he knows it, then I want to roll to see if like I know sign language. Like if
Okay.
I can.
Then I'll roll zombie anatomy. And
Okay.
if we get a 0 through a 6, it'll be a full failure. If we get that 7 through 8, the 7 through 9, he knows like basic level stuff, but really just enough to do coffee orders. And if he gets a 10 through 12, he'll like be fluent in ZSL.
Love it.
ZSL.
He got
Love it.
7, so he has enough to say yes, no, and coffee.
Oh shit.
Mhm.
That's enough, I guess. It's better than trying to guess if it was an or an because I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not very good with. All right. Okay. So, somebody was here. Were they a gnome?
Nah.
No. Okay. Shit. Who else could it have been? Was it another one of us? Another human?
Nah.
Was it a dinosaur? And I point to Piercy. No.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
There's only
Well, it
3
could've
types
been-
of living creatures in the world. No, I'm kidding.
I know. Like it couldn't have been a fae though, because they can't. You know, they don't want to get close to. Okay, so what fae would be stupid enough to come near here, knowing they could turn into a zombie?
Unless the Fae are turning themselves into zombies.
Well, why would they do that?
Were they here
No
to
offense
get
to them.
coffee?
Nah.
Okay.
Immortality.
Yeah. I mean, what would Tim wouldn't know? Shit. Okay,
What
so
does
that
it look
means.
like?
Oh, is he still there, or did he leave? Is he still there? You don't know if he's there. Okay.
How
I
long
mean-
ago was this?
Or he can just say
Did that-
yes and no.
Oh.
Yes and no
Oh.
questions, Callum. Yes and no questions.
Wait, like, can you put up fingers like 2?
Three hours, 3 days. Okay, this doesn't help.
3 days.
3 days.
Someone roll zombie anatomy or Fae history and knowledge.
I can do zombie, and I got a
Okay.
not advantage, but I get.
Yeah.
No, I'm not rolling Fae history. I got it too.
Oh, good.
I don't know shit because I hate the Fae.
Not bad. A good old
I
10.
got a 9 for history.
Yeah. You would all know that the undead have literally no perception of time other than the best that they can try and do. So this 3 days could be anywhere from like 3 minutes to like a year. And it's not a year, but it could be a year in Tim's mind. But like it could be 3 days. It could be somewhere around there.
Okay.
It's like
I'm gonna pitch something to the group.
All right.
we just go.
And
Yeah. Like, he's like, we go. We go.
Okay. Should we prep another weapon? She looks at Hunter and she is like,
Wait.
maybe not.
Well, listen, I'm good. I'm good at weapon. That was just a fluke. You want a sword?
Okay. No. I'm good. I meant for you and
I'll
And
use the rest
Callum.
of my non-boomerang arrows that I have left.
Listen, I tried. At least you got arrows.
What makes
Oh,
Hunter? Out of curiosity, she takes one of the boomerang arrows out. What makes this boomerang? What part of it did you add to an arrow that makes a boomerang?
I would think the shiny bit at the front.
Yeah,
This
the
bit?
shine.
This
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah.
Great. And she snaps the tips off of all of the arrows, whittles them
I
down really
wanna-
quick to a point.
Yeah.
And then hands
I
them
want
back
to roll to
hands the
make
tips
there
to
be
Hunter.
like
I love
like
you.
students, because nobody comes here, so you can hide all sorts of things here because nobody comes here. In the kitchens, there is a drawer with weapons.
Yeah, roll to see if that's true. And Callum, let's roll to see how well your arrow modifications went.
They're
Ugh,
just wood
7.
now.
A 7, okay.
Am I adding anything to that?
Whatever
No.
stat you want to use. If
I
you have got
don't.
a stat you can justify.
No. But it's a 12 anyway.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. You do great. You have retrofitted these to be regular arrows. They're no longer boomerang arrows.
I gave the Arcano tips back to Hunter to see if they want to
I'll take them
make
because I know what I want to do. I want to Codenames Kiss Next Door this, and like you know how they have the gumbuza thing, like the I can't remember the thing, but it's like a gun, but it's like shoots at gumballs. I want to shoot out
bazooka
coffee
or
beans.
whatever. Yeah.
Gumzuka. I want to shoot out coffee beans.
Heck yeah.
Well, you roll
Because you
for
have
that.
a whole sack of it. Smart.
Well, you roll for
Ammunition
that.
for
Let's
days.
resolve Maya's
Oh.
cabinet search. Yeah, so you go into the kitchen, and you're right. There are a lot of weapons in here, but it's like weapons that would make sense to be in a college cafe. So like
Right.
dull butter knives and like some scissors and
Is there
anything
an
else.
Einstein bagel? Can I get a bread knife?
Of course, yeah, of course there's a bread knife. Like there are like mildly blunt appliances like that. And like there's also like blenders if you just wanted to try and bash. Like there's stuff that would be in the kitchen that could be used as a weapon, but there is not weapons in the kitchen.
Callum
Okay.
takes the blades from the blenders and adds those to the wooden arrows they just fixed.
Beautiful.
Oh, okay.
I like
a little
sharp
too.
things.
I know you do. She takes a step back. I will go ahead and take the bread knife and the scissors and put them in her pockets. She's like, all right, well, it's better than nothing.
And Hunter, how did your situation
went.
resolve?
It went so great. I got a 10.
Nice. And what was it you did with this 10?
The 10 I made the
Coffee
gumzuka
bean
thing.
gun.
The coffee
The
bean
coffee
gun.
bean gun.
God, I made a coffee
Yeah.
bean gun. I took that Keurig machine, broke it, and
The
stuff.
beanzuka.
Like I made a beanzuka. Like it has the coffee beans up there. I got my pouch of my ammo to go in there, and I tested it out and started shooting some coffee beans. It goes fast.
Beautiful. What else would the three of you like, without having to roll? This is just turning it back to you for some scene painting. What else are you all doing before descending into the factory?
Yeah, I would like to think we had like a very nice kind of, you know, the montages of the girl trying on all the different outfits before they go to a big party,
Mhm.
like that, but of us like grabbing different things and like Hunter
Charlie's
making
Angels.
her, yeah, like Charlie's Angels type of like makeshift weapon making, and Maya looking at which bread knife looks to be the sharpest, and it's just they look all cool and ready before they head to the door in the back of the kitchen to start heading to wherever that leads.
Randomly in the speaker system, which is still playing music, nobody knows why, but it does suddenly change to Born to Be Wild,
Okay.
but only during the montage,
Mhm.
and then it goes back to Hosier or
Snazzy
whatever.
jazz.
Yeah.
It
Whatever
rotates
chill
between
college
like the
coffee
chill
shop.
coffee shop and like on the days that they felt like the most people would be in, goes to like Hosier, goes to like Phoebe Bridgers, goes to like sad Lana Del Rey covers, but not this fully sad one, just the ones like just sad enough to fit in the
There's
coffee
some paper
shop.
kites in there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then cuts to Born to Be Wild and cuts right back. Yeah. And Hunter, what are you
Alright.
doing in this hall?
in the hall. I don't know. Where am I?
It could just be playing with your beanzook if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just like shooting around right now. It's like, yeah, beans. You take a bean.
I start loading Hunter up with the bags of coffee beans that I'm just finding in the cabinets. Sorry, Tim.
Uh,
It was like, you got enough coffee
She'll
bean,
be
but thank you
okay.
for your donation.
and it's at that point that like Tim, realizing how much you've wrecked his kitchen, comes back and just like pulls a hatch in the floor and is like,
Yeah, we're going. Man, he really wants us out of here.
Yeah, we're ending his shift.
uh,
Bye, Tim.
I just take another cup of coffee off the counter and just go like this and drink it as I descend.
ah. And you all descend into the Fey zombie factory.
And just
It is the weirdest amalgamation of things you would ever expect to be together. You have like Alice in Wonderland style mushrooms growing upside down from the ceiling that then just have like party city skeletons hanging from those that then have more mushrooms growing out of the feet. You have like butterflies that are only flying backwards. You have like a cloud of smoke in the air that goes between tasting like cinnamon and tasting like ash. Like it's like the factory is trying to decide if the Fae get to win or the zombies get to win. And it's like the factory's clearly in a fight. And I think part of that you all would know because you've been to these factories before, you've raided them. Probably the fact that the machinery is broken is why it's so not working right. Like normally the zombies would be winning out because we're turning all this Fey stuff into zombie, but with the machine being broken for some reason, some of this Fey presence seems to be sleeping out and not being turned on the site, and it's creating this super eerie, dark, like bad Alice situation. Also, Party City Skeletons is such a specific vibe.
It is. I was gonna say I love those things.
Yeah.
they're exactly the kind of skeletons that I think of when I think of spooky, scary skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are just hanging from mushrooms.
It's brilliant.
Such a vibe. So when we get to the bottom, what would be like the first thing that we would see?
The first thing you would see would be a long hallway going off that is both like squishy and easy to walk on, because with one step you're walking through a nice mossy field with like a bunch of flowers, and the next step you're walking through fresh grave dirt. And as you see it, it's just like it's a long thing towards the end. If any of you have played Final Fantasy VII specifically, it's like the Mako reactors, like the tunnel in before you can go to the rest of it. It's like a long stretch getting into a Mako reactor. Not the one where you have to fight the Scorpion Sentinels, like the one at the start before you have to start going through the whole thing. It's a long thing like that, and at the end there's a bunch of different doorways that go off, with most of them having like been punched in through time. And you also just hear a lot of laughing coming from most of the doors as the Fey zombies are having some sort of interaction or party. You don't see any of them right now, but you can tell there's probably like 5 or 6 of them just on the floor beneath you.
I hate laughter.
So whoa. Strong.
So strong
Strong feelings.
Do we need to unpack this right now?
I had too much coffee.
Yeah, maybe it was the coffee.
Yeah.
But we all know, okay, remember what happened last time, all right? Even though they're zombies, they're still Fey, so don't walk into the circle if you don't want to be dancing for an hour. Callum, it really took us so long to get you out of there.
I know.
I get it. You're angry, but like you can't just rush in like that again.
We got to
right?
I know my dancing's awkward. I know.
No, you did great.
Nobody likes watching me do the Macarena for an hour. You guys don't lie.
That wasn't the problem. I promise.
No, you did great. You danced your heart out.
It's just you know, it's you're strong, and trying to get you out of the circle is just very hard.
Yeah.
Okay? You did great. I promise.
Okay.
I love this scene. Can I get some rolls for empathy? Callum, you don't need to because you're the one being empathized at. But your sisters, I would
don't know what to do.
I had a good 07.
That's a 7.
Okay, so like I think it's the intent that we all read from that. We're like, You know they're trying to be supportive. It went on a little too long. It went on a little too detailed. It hit in a way you're welcome to tell us about.
I kicked the door down.
Oh.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Don't rush in.
Heck.
Don't rush in. Don't rush in. Kicks the door down.
Yep.
All
And
right, I
that
tried.
door goes
Most of
flying
it, huh?
down the staircase beyond it, and very much alerts everything a floor below you that a door has been kicked in. You hear the giggling stop, and you just hear like it turn into like soft humming, as now this is the sound of stealth mode. The Fey zombies aren't good at hiding because they like to play too many pranks, so instead they turn invisible and they start humming, and you just hear a lot of hums coming from the floor behind you as the Fey zombies are aware you're here.
Did you say invisible?
I did say invisible.
I just wanted to double check that real quick, you know? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Maya immediately just yeah.
I'm ready with my coffee Zuka
Sure.
thing.
Okay.
What you decide?
There would I'm assuming that like the root on the floor here, there would still be like little like toadstools and stuff like that, like mushrooms on the ground.
Mhm.
So you essentially like you guys wouldn't like see it, but I want to paint the picture of like Maya going from under the like tiny umbrellas from like toadstool to toadstool,
Mhm.
essentially, just darting around. She's like, all right, well, I don't see anything, but that doesn't mean anything.
Mhm.
And she looks at Callum very pointedly, like, thanks.
Sir, can I have a bag of your coffee beans, please?
Yeah, here. Little
Take
pouch.
one of the small bags. Stomps it on the floor, crushes it down into a fine powder within the bag, and then tears the bag open and gets ready to throw powder at any area to see if it'll rest on the invisible zombies.
I love that. Roll something for successful squishing and executing a plan.
Focus? No, I've
Yeah.
done that so many times, but it's a great skill.
Yeah, if you're good at it, keep going with it.
Well, that one's cocked. We honored the cock.
Honor the cock.
We honored the cock.
Also, while we're rolling, Yuri, do you know the name at the game? I think it's Shim, Chim, or something like that.
Shin?
Yeah, it's Dutch or Swedish. The name is in a language I can't remember, of the country of origin of I cannot remember. But you're a little like shadow frog jumping through shadows to like follow people through their lives, and you like can't be out for too
Cute.
long. And it's like there is a spot where you jump between the umbrellas, and that's very much what Maya is reminding me of. Is this cute little shadow frog?
Oh, it's SCHIM.
Yeah. Apologies to anyone that knows how to say that correctly. I don't.
I do
That
apologize.
is so cute.
I
I just
love
pulled
it.
up the Steam page for it. It looks so cute.
Oh wait, like it's a video game? I thought it was like a childhood
Yes.
game from that country of origin. That's even better.
Yeah, no, it's a video game, and I think it came out pretty
That-
recently.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I heard
thank
the tail
you,
end of
Edmund,
it,
for
and
dropping it in here.
I thought it was the tail end, and I'm like, oh, is that like the floor is lava? But
Yeah, no.
different?
No, it looks so cute, low key. That's exactly what I'm doing. All right.
It's like
we're gonna
basically trying to play
stream
Frogger, but not.
Anyway, we're not promoting this. Ignore that. It's not
found it.
promo. Hampod does not sponsor if there's anything there.
But
What was the roll,
me,
Callum?
Taylor, I
My
sponsor.
roll was 12.
Perfect. Then yeah, you have a bag of finely ground coffee dust that you will be able to do. And if you want, feel free. I think it's very much in Callum's character to be the one that runs in. So if you would like to
Just
take
gonna-
the scene.
With like hand fistfuls of
Mhm.
coffee and it's just like throwing them in the air in front of us, and if it hits a zombie or doesn't, if it doesn't hit a zombie, we keep going.
Yeah, I think there would be none of the zombies have tactics because they're zombies. So it's probably like 2 or 3 feet in, and by this point, it's changed from like Fey spooky to Arcanotech Fey spooky. So like there are a lot of machines here that are pulsing, like engines that would be running. They don't seem to be connected to anything. These machines seem to be entirely self-contained, but also producing their own production. Like, you don't know what would happen if one of them shut off, but you imagine it would do something to the other two. But what do they create? What do they do? They're literally not hooked up to anything. Who could say? They're also a little like fleshy. Like, they just kind of have a heartbeat, an internal pulse to them. That's going on one side. The other side.
That's just fleshy. That's such a word.
Yeah. On the other side, you have like where the like, you know how like everything has like a spillage pool where if they need to quickly get all the water out, there's like a large chasm on the other side that's very empty that looks very safe to descend because it's full of different mushrooms of different sizes, as well as the 12-foot Home Depot skeleton. Again, not sponsored, but the 12-foot Home Depot skeleton that can like slowly lower you down or pick you up. It's animated. It doesn't speak anything, but you've learned from other factories that you can just ask it and it will use you as a lift if you wanted to descend into the overflow pool. And in there, you just see like hiding behind some of the smaller mushrooms as you're throwing your coffee dust. It lands and they continue humming, but kind of like change their tune as they're like, wait a minute, I can see your, well, not shadow, because I don't want to give Maya a spot to go. I can see your corporeal form and you can see mine. But that's not supposed to be happening, and you've caught the Fey zombies in a moment of confusion with your coffee tactics.
Okay. We have to run through them while they're confused. Okay. Otherwise, they're going to make a circle again. And, you know, we don't want that. She tries not to look at Callum this time.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Is it?
Do we think it would be at the bottom?
I think it'd be at the bottom.
Makes no sense to me.
Where would you put a... Yeah?
Well, if it's not, then we get to yell at Pops again. And you know that's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, all the way to the bottom we go.
I get to punch zombies?
You get to punch zombies.
Yes!
Okay. She looks up at the giant skeleton and she's like, yeah, I mean, you guys go down first. He makes me nervous.
And a hand that's like 1.5 feet wide by like 1 foot across extends for you to balance on.
Hi, Benny. Benny is what I've named the skeleton.
Hi, Bandy.
And then she looks back, looks at the zombies partially covered by cocoa dust, and decides she doesn't want to be here either. So she's like, fuck. She just jumps back in Callum's shadow. All right, this will be fine. I'm not technically on his hand. It'll be fine. She tries not to think about it. She closes her eyes. Even though she's in darkness, she closes them anyways.
That feels like a composure roll. Wait, no, we got rid of composure. It feels like a cool roll. Still a +0, but the correct stat this time.
I walked myself into that one. 10.
You did. Yeah, you maintain it perfectly fine. Yeah, you definitely, you're like, I'm going to describe one of our stats that I can use and not expect to roll for it. Nah, you said that too well.
No.
Yeah. What was the name, Callum? Benny?
Benny.
Yeah.
Benny.
So,
Like Benny and the Jets.
Yep. So Benny's hand slowly lowers. I imagine, Callum, you're going down first then.
Yeah.
So balancing on this small little platform, this 12-foot Home Depot skeleton just lowers you down and hands you off to another 12-foot Home Depot skeleton until you are 24 feet down on the ground and you land where all of the Fey nonsense is gone. Like it doesn't seem to have permeated this deep, so I don't know if that would give you any sort of like thoughts on maybe the Fey is coming from elsewhere, or maybe it just can't go lower. But you get to like just straight up Resident Evil 1, like the factory under not 1, 2, the factory underneath the like RPD where it's like the Umbrella Corporation, very clean, very mechanical, very much created for this problem.
Very
Very mindful.
Very mindful.
Not demure, not mindful, not
demure at all.
Yeah, not at all. Unless Capcom wants to hire us to work on Resi 9. We'll be whatever you need us to be, but no, very much an industrial workplace full of these machines still not so much fleshy anymore, now very like sterile and clean, but still very much full of Fey zombies who, without having their access to the Feyland, seem to be much less joyful. They just seem to be zombies pacing back and forth, doing mundane tasks, or just like looking around as though they're trying to remember who they are.
Yeah, Maya's just like, tell me when we get there.
Callum looks over at Hunter and just kind of does a nod like, you ready for this?
I'm ready for this. Bean up.
Yeah.
I'll work on the slogan catchphase later.
No, I like
Listen,
it.
I thought it
Bean
was
up.
cool.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thanks,
pretty
guys.
cool.
Bean up.
It was better than your last
let's
one.
bean up.
Right?
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
improvement.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. You're so cool. She just feels so cool because sometimes, because her and her sisters don't get to fight things very often these days.
Mhm.
And so it's been a while since they broke into one of these factories. And when she gets to fight with her sister, she just remembers, we are so goddamn cool.
We are so cool.
We're so goddamn cool. And then she...
What?
She just goes, victory screech, and then jumps off.
Yeah, like as soon as she yells victory screech, Maya knows what she's about. Like she's about to cannonball in, like she always does.
Mhm.
And she goes,
Yes.
"Oh hell no!" And you see Callum like jumps, makes a move to jump in, and as she's jumping, Maya just like out of the shadow because she is not getting dragged into that.
Mhm.
So you just see her just bounce out. She's like, hell no.
I just see like an image if this is an animated cartoon, right?
Yeah.
You see a skeleton hand, right? Like this big, and then a
Mhm.
factory behind them, tiny little silhouettes with these 3 warriors,
Mhm.
and then Callum jumps, and Hunter jumps, and then Maya just goes, wee!
She's just like, nope. She just
Oh,
noped
God, I
out of
love
there
this
as
so
soon
much.
as she heard Callum scream. She's like, not again. Because last time you dragged me in there and I was surrounded and that gave me a panic attack and we're not doing that shit again.
Listen,
she just jumps out.
you protect your peace. I support
Protect
that.
your
Alright.
peace,
Yeah, I support this.
And from your peaceful perch upon Benny 2's hand, you see your sisters cannonball down, land somehow safely on just hard tile as they hit the ground of the factory. You definitely startle Suzanne, the secretary of this factory, who is behind the desk, a Fey zombie. You're gonna have to take her out. No point in giving you a name because now you're gonna feel bad. But Suzanne is there, and you see her going to like hit the Fey alarm. It's an alarm that floats in the middle of the air. It's just a black cube. You've seen them before. No one can touch it except for Fey zombies, but if they put their hand in it, it sounds an alarm to all the other Fey.
You said it's floating.
I did say it's floating.
Okay, you know what floating things have? Shadows.
You
So
know how
she is-
you're 24 feet up in the air?
Fuck.
You know? Yeah.
You are welcome to tell me what you would like to do. I would just like to remind you that you stayed upstairs to maintain your peace.
Shit.
Yeah. You could have been with us.
Shit. Okay.
You still can't
She
be
is
with us.
going
It's
to
true.
because these zombies aren't even like bothering to hide, right?
Mhm.
So she, as Callum and Hunter are running in, she realizes she's on the hand of the skeleton, and that
Mhm.
freaks her out. She didn't want to be here in the first place, right?
Mhm.
And she goes, "Shit!" And she looks at them and goes, "Shit!"
Mhm.
And she's basically going to do the bunny hop thing again, but from zombie shadow to zombie shadow,
Okay.
to see how, because she doesn't have to go through the zombies the same way Hunter and Callum do.
Mhm.
And so she is going to, oh God, this is going to be bad. She's going to try to get to the secretary as fast as she can because she knows she's going to get there first.
Mhm.
And she pops up behind her through her shadow
Mhm.
and just like grabs her just so to give Callum and Hunter time to
Sure.
get there so that the lady can't touch the thing.
Yeah, roll me for that.
So
Whatever you want it to be.
I will try agility, I guess. Not very good at it. We'll just give it a shot. That's an 8.
Yeah, it's a success with the complication. I'll let the other 2 go, and then we'll see what happens with their complication here.
Okay.
Can I roll Fey history knowledge to see, because we've taken out these factories before, how we have in the past taken out those alarms?
Yeah, you can roll.
And I'm gonna tag Suzanne with my coffee bean gun.
Go for it.
Yeah.
What are you using for coffee bean gun?
That is such an excellent question. So good. Such a great question.
Honestly, I feel like... Oh, wait, no, you're bad at cooking. I was going to say, I would allow cooking for this, but you have a -2 to that, so maybe don't do that. Unless you want to.
Yeah, probably not.
Technically, it's a piece of technology I created.
Yeah, I would allow it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't get a plus to any of this, but I got an 8.
Okay.
Got a good old 5.
Okay, so Callum, remember immediately, like, okay, the best way to turn off the Fey zombie alarms is to take out the zombie that activated it, or to find like the central hub is and just throw a zombie in there. Because if it has like a hand, it knows to send it off. If it has a whole body in there, it's too much information. It doesn't know what to do. You're perceiving this as your sister appears behind and just grabs Suzanne to be like, you can't reach in. As Hunter goes like, yeah, I got this, and aims the coffee bean, but takes no chance to look down the scope and hits Maya in a way that makes Maya let go as Suzanne falls in and puts one hand straight through, and you all hear as
Maya, how'd you get there?
hits life.
How did I get here?
Yeah, how did you get here? What's your story, Morning Glory? Were you born here? Did you grow from an egg?
We were all kidnapped.
I know.
I know.
And meanwhile, she's now
leaving.
like still like up here, like firing arrows at all of these zombies because now the alarm's going off. And the first thing she does is shoots an arrow straight through Suzanne's skull as much as possible. And for me, I would like to use agility for that because I've got a +2. That's a 9.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll let the complication come up later. Yeah, you do it. Suzanne's down.
Okay.
No, the complication is that when zombies die, they explode into a not at all fine mist and just like a lot of viscera popping like a water balloon right onto Maya.
Yep. Yeah, we're used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maya.
Listen.
Yeah, I spent so long trying not to get dirty. And in 5 seconds, the two of you know what?
That's fine. It's fine. You can shower when we get home. It's fine.
We might keep a shower in here.
And as Maya's saying it, the alarm does go off. There is no longer an alarm.
Shit. Okay. Fuck. All right. There's no time to get clean.
Nope.
You can do this, Maya. You can do this. Don't think about it. Don't look down at yourself. Okay.
But now you smell like a zombie, so maybe they won't attack you.
Sure.
I would love for that sentence to be real. Taylor, let's establish how real it is.
That is a good 07.
Okay,
cool. Maybe. We'll find out.
Maybe.
Yeah, I hope the zombies don't like me a little too much. Fuck. Okay, let's just run and get the thing before
I like the running and the
we
getting
get
of things.
swarmed.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to see another zombie for weeks after this. All right.
Well, that is unfortunate, as the zombies in the rest of the building, hearing the alarm, as brief as it was, have definitely started making their way towards reception. Some of them flying, some of them walking, some of them like just have arms, sort of like army crawling on the ground towards you. There's only like 10 of them, but like the one path that you know would be like making their way downtown. The one that you know would be like the easiest way directly through following the other factory layouts. You could fight your way through them to make it still the easiest, or you could try and go through some of the back rooms to get there. But the easiest way has been impeded by the alarm.
I would like to drop coffee beans on the ground to make them slip.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Solid.
Yeah.
Ma, you still got that violet acid?
Yeah. She just
Yeah,
gives it
good
back
old
to
11.
Callum.
Nice. And what'd you get the 11 with, Taylor? Or Hunter?
I did zombie anatomy.
Yeah, you know how to drop the beans so that they slip. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
remove them from being in front of you, but it does for the ones that were like walking towards you. It does make it that only the flying ones continue to progress at like a standard speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's like,
we want-
hey, this would be a good time for your arrows.
Yeah.
She just stares unblinkingly at Maya as she has been dipping her acid-proof arrow tips in the vial of acid that she specifically carries for this exact purpose.
You
And
mean your
then
healing
just-
potion?
No, it was actually supposed to be
It's
a
a
cleaning
clean
potion.
potion.
Ah,
Supposed
that's
to be a
correct. Yes, a cleaning potion. Yeah.
I'm cleaning up the trash around me of zombies.
Yep.
And just takes 3 arrows and fires them all at once to her left without breaking eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll attempt to have all
That
of
was
them
a great-
hit, so this looks really cool.
Yeah, it does
Great
look really
suggestion,
cool.
Maya.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's why we keep you around.
And that's a 12.
Perfect. Yeah.
Nice.
What does it look like as the acid-tipped arrows take out the flying zombies?
Oh, they take out several. See, what happens is they're coming in droves, and each arrow, because it's tipped with acid, just melts through each zombie brain in like a row, so it takes out like 9 of them.
Mhm.
And all of them explode, and when they explode, they blind the other zombies behind them with viscera.
Yeah.
And makes the floor even more slippery with the viscera and Hunter's well-placed coffee beans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because it's funny to the Fae, if one of them explodes and enough of them do, they all just kind of like make a game out of it. It was like a party trick when they were like living Fae, that it was like, oh, if you spill your tea, we're all spilling our tea. But it's now like the only thing they can do is explode like balloons full of viscera. And so it's just a chain reaction now, and there's a hallway perfectly cleared out, except for the fact you're gonna have to walk through it.
I'm not. Nope. I refuse. There's enough on me. You know what? No. Nope. And she just
Mhm.
You don't see her. She doesn't even peek out. She's
Are
like,
you good? Are you good down there? Are you?
I-
Okay?
just give me a minute. Just let's get out of here.
Do I see do we see anything in this room that's very clearly the source of the power source of the machine?
Not in this room because it's just like reception, but you know where like the power centers are of these factories. Also,
Yeah.
Maya, I want to reward you here for a second. I want you to roll and just get higher than a 6 with your shadow wielding to see if it follows you in, because it's not part of you. It's not attuned to you the same way your clothing and stuff are. We'll see if you get a quick bath out of this.
Let's see.
Let's
my
get it,
God.
Maya.
She'd be delighted.
This is cute.
5, exactly a 6.
So you failed.
Oh, but am I adding anything?
Whatever you have to shadow wielding.
It's +2, so an 8.
Perfect. You go down and there's just like a pile left on the shadow above, and you just feel so clean inside of your sister's shadow.
Yay.
Yes, you're so lucky your shadow is clean, Callum.
What's that supposed to mean?
You don't see Maya at all. You have no idea what her reaction is or nothing. You just don't see her.
In Maya's defense, you work a lot with your hands.
How does that fix my shadow?
Well, you work with a lot of dust and oil in your room when you're building stuff.
Like I don't take baths. I do.
I know you do, but does your shadow? It just follows you on the floor.
You're all having this conversation as you're progressing through the hall.
As we're walking
Power
through, yeah.
center. Yeah.
And we're
This
going.
is very much a sibling conversation, and it makes me very happy.
Yeah.
We're going downwards towards the source, right?
Yes.
Okay, just double checking.
Yeah. You're making, you
We're
know.
making our way downtown.
Yeah. You know the way that like all of the other factories have been set up. You know how to get there. You know, like, okay, if we go this way, that way's a dead end. It's sleeping quarters. This way's the cafeteria. If you want food, it's there. It's not going to be good, but you do know the path to like where the main power centers are.
Okay. All right, let's go get the thing. Let's get the thing.
Yeah, I'm down to get the thing.
Yeah, let's do it.
Real quick.
Just
And then
do
she
things.
runs off to one of the fridges in the back, just grabs one of those protein bars, like
Mm-hmm.
the peanut butter ones.
Yep, that can't expire because there's nothing about them that can age.
Correct. And
Yeah.
it's just
Tastes
snack
like
on one of those
cardboard.
and casually walks back and like I just drank 6-month-old coffee. I don't know what you think this all why do you think I care? I don't let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you all go on your
Just
way.
because.
The room, when you get there, is very large. This is the same room you're used to finding on the path, but it deviates in terms of structure once you're inside. Instead of just having like one central terminal where it's like, oh, this is a spot that like if we just wreck that up, the Fae production is gone for this part of the factory. This is the OG surprise factory. Like this is where the Fae got their problems. It's not a simple
Oh.
satellite problem here. So there are just walls of like machines that are keeping structures alive. So like there's one that's just like mushrooms, like DNA structured out. You can see like how it makes like that webbing and stuff. It's there. There's nothing it's attached to, but it's like hovering in space, almost like a backup thing. There's one that just has like the concept of a child's imagination. It's written on a piece of paper. It just says the concept of a child's imagination, but like there's glitter floating around it. There's one like full of bakery sweets. And there's a lot of things that seem to be powering Fae ideas here that would be pumping in through the floor into the main machine at the center, where you see they're used like a switch that you're all used to like being there, like you just powered off. The compartment it's held in is entirely missing. So there's no way to deactivate or activate this machine as the capsule that holds that lever is gone.
Is there chemical X? Sorry.
Say more about that, please.
It gave me Powerpuff Girls vibes. When they were like a
Mhm.
child's imagination and sweet. Some like sugar, spice, and everything nice. Is there chemical X in here as well?
I see. No.
All right.
No, it is not.
Shit. Okay, there's a couple of ways we can go about this. Hey, Hunter, you're so good at machines and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of that, I don't understand any of that. But you do. So you should look at it and tell us what you think because you're so smart.
Are there zombies in here?
No. The room
Yeah.
seems to be unimpeded in any capacity.
Gold.
Seems.
I don't trust it.
That word seems. Throw some
Yeah, I
dust.
know. Yeah, Callum, toss more ground coffee around just in case.
Good idea. So I do.
Yeah.
Like Hunter's like, but I just had that idea.
Yeah. You toss it around and it doesn't land anywhere. Like there's no hidden forms. There's
Okay.
nothing there. But as you're throwing it, it is floating in the air in clumps. Like as you're tossing out a handful, it falls, but then gets like sucked back up, and just like little like golf ball sized clumps of coffee bean are floating in the air around this machine.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, technology makes my head hurt. So I just look at Hunter. Sorry.
I'll be looking at the technology.
Mhm.
And that would be an 8.
An 8. Okay. What are you hoping to gain from it?
So describe the technology again to me.
Yep. So it's kind of like the thing in the middle you'd be looking at is a very tall, like cylindrical structure. It's got lots of like networking in it. It's got lots of machine parts. It's got lots of computers. It seems to be able to like produce things and like generate copies of things. The hole that's missing is what you'd really be looking for, is like that some sort of on-off switch is what would be the main thing that's missing here. In terms of the rest of it, it looks maintained. It doesn't look like anyone's come in here and wrecked it. It just looks like this thing is missing in some capacity.
Okay. Yeah, so I think like Hunter is like examining the technology to see like if they can like make their own on and off switch, or there's like a password thing to turn it on and off, something like that.
Yeah, and on an 8, I think you could definitely try to build an on-off switch. You don't see any sort of screen for a password. You don't think that would be a thing. You could what would be like the easiest to do is find this somewhere if it's still in the facility, but you don't know what kind of time you got. You don't know what kind of like, you don't know where it could be. But you can definitely try and build one up. I think on that 8, you'd also see a little bit of like that magnet energy in the air, the coffee, start drifting towards your sister Maya as it's picking up a complication earlier of the only one that has a little bit of that like residue and DNA on them. You got off all the surface level, but it still clung to you. And you see, with your arcane understanding and your technological understanding, it seems to be trying to find a new thing to graph onto to start making more copies of.
Hey, the coffee's moving. Why is the coffee moving?
I think when the zombie exploded on you, I think
don't remind me of that.
I think the machine wants you.
I'm flattered.
Oh well,
why?
To like make more zombies.
No, I definitely don't want to give my sister over to a zombie making machine.
Well,
wait.
I'd rather not.
Hunter, can
me
we
a
shut it down?
zombie. We can't be zombies. And
Yeah,
then she thinks of Tim. No.
Yeah, no.
Tim upstairs.
Yeah. he feels a buzzing in his ear.
The ear twitching.
She's
Or
like,
Tim
but
sneezes.
it's coffee. The coffee's coming at me. What does that have to do with zombies?
Yeah.
Is it zombie coffee?
Yeah.
Is it because Tim touched it? Is Callum gonna turn into a zombie?
No. It's like it's because the zombie goo's on you, so the coffee wants that zombie goo.
Oh. Okay.
Is there any way to shut it down?
That I could try to make a switch.
Oh, it's
or
getting
like
closer.
It's missing.
What if
It's
I stay? Oh shit. Wait, what if I stay in a shadow, do you think you can get to me there?
I don't know too much about shadows,
Okay.
but we can try.
She runs to Callum and then goes boop, boop, down. Is the coffee still like gravitating towards it?
Gravitating towards you, but kind of like very much a cartoon where like people dive into water and the bees are above it. There's just like now like a swarm of coffee energy above Callum's shadow.
Why my shadow? Why always my shadow?
Because mine's dirty.
No, I never said that. I never said that. Actually,
Hunter, you would also notice as like this is happening and it's not getting an immediate result. The machine seems to be trying to start itself up again as some sort of like soft reboot, but is missing the components needed.
I wrote a 10 to try to build an on and off switch.
Okay, what do you build it out of?
Okay, so about to pull some like if there's some loose wires from the machine, use that as like the main ports and stuff, so it knows what would be matching. I think like I feel like Hunter will always have their handy dandy toolkit with them, so they would be in there, loose bolts and stuff. Try to like maybe like a in their trinket box, it'd be like an old time in that it's an old timey on and off switch on there, so they just start doing the wires and make it, and so they have like a household on and off switch ready to put on the machine just to flick it.
Okay. And when you install it with your 10, it goes in perfectly. It lines up. You see like those wires inside like literally come to life and just start like enveloping the like on-off switch, like almost as though this machine here itself is alive and just like healing a wound as it like goes back over and covers it up, re-solidifying this new on-off switch into it. When you put it in and you flick it, do you turn it on or off?
Off.
Okay. Yeah. You turn it off.
Why you say it like that though?
No.
I just wanted to ask.
Did the bean stop moving?
The beans did stop moving when the machine got repaired.
Okay.
And nothing seems to be coming for you with this off switch. It seems like you were able to successfully shut down the machine.
Okay, I don't want to take any chances. Because just the thought of zombie is like gross, and so it's like becoming one is like no. And can I attempt to arcane summon a bucket of water?
Of course.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to do that.
Oh god, somebody's using that skill.
Yeah, very gingerly kind of walk out of the shadow and then try really hard to picture a bucket of water so I can clean myself. And I got a 5.
Yeah, you summon a bucket of it looks like water.
What looks like water?
Looks like what is it secretly that is a cleaning potion?
You got a
Hey.
5, not me.
Callum, you got such a strong stomach
Uh-huh.
for things. Are you thirsty?
I had so much coffee.
Uh-huh.
Why?
take
What do
a
you
little
want?
sip.
What is that? What is that? And I just see this
Water.
really.
Why we tasting? What's the tasting the water for?
Does it smell weird to me?
Yeah, let's have the sisters that didn't summon roll a stat.
Any old stat.
Yeah, like would make sense to like common sense,
Yeah.
history and knowledge.
Yeah.
Let's do common sense.
Focus maybe like
8.
Okay.
I also got an 8.
Yeah. Having not had your eyes glamored by the summoning, you know there's something wrong with this. It's like it's got a weird smell. It's definitely not like clear like the way water should be. There's something off about this water.
Maya, that is not water.
I'm just trying to get myself clean.
But what does this Callum drinking it have to do about that?
Yeah, why?
To see if it's safe to put on my skin.
You're gonna sacrifice me so you can take a shitty bucket bath?
But you have such a strong stomach.
I don't want to hear it. I'm still a human being, you rude ass little sister.
Yeah.
Hunter, you shush. Hunter,
Yeah.
can we take this machine out of the building, my dear sister?
Do I need to roll for that? Can I take the machine?
Maybe
out?
it's
You
pretty
can still ride
big.
that. I mean, like you'd need to find the correct part, but or you could just try and uproot this like 5-foot machine cylindrical thing
I know.
and carry it back. But yeah,
Whereas like it's missing a part, so we need to. It's basically like a scavenger hunt. We need to find this missing part.
Got it.
You found all the parts are there. You would need to find in the machine which is the like anti-fey create zombie part of the machine. So
find the anti-ray part.
yeah, like the part that when you were all like, oh, we want to like turn this into ray guns, you need to find that part that would help with that.
Okay. It's like I can let me just like tear this apart. Let me just break the machine so I can find the part that turns people into zombies.
Break the machine. I can help break things.
But
break?
we gotta do it carefully. We can't just go smash it because we could accidentally smash the piece.
Oh, okay.
What if this can go so wrong. I want to try because the whole interior of the machine, there's no light that hits it because it's inside. So can I use my shadow wielding to travel through the inside of the machine to look for the part, so then Callum only has to break that part off and doesn't risk damaging the bit?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming I'm going to roll for this, obviously.
Yeah.
You look too calm, and I don't like it.
Oh, that's just my vibe. I always look calm.
It's a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, a 7. You get in there. And you assumed there'd be no light on the inside of this part because you're not the tech sister. The tech sister could have easily told you lights are going to be flashing all up inside there. Like lights communicating that it's working, lights know what's happening. And you also probably could have heard from the tech sister that this seems to be alive in a way that can self-repair itself. So you teleport directly inside. And it feels like, you know that thing where like you can just like feel, oh, like a muscle moved or something, I got to just like do that. The machine itself seems to feel that as you pop inside and just start like existing in its space. I think definitely Hunter, you would notice this. And I think Callum, you would also notice because you're expecting someone to be like, oh, hit it here. You just see like the machine start trying to like move itself as though it's going to try and like gauge something from inside of it and like pull it out.
Maya, get out of there, please. Maya.
I'm looking for the bit.
Maya, get out of there.
Maya, time to go. They're like, don't. Maya, please.
Okay.
Maya, I'm gonna
Have
count to
I
3.
gleaned anything while I'm in here?
Yeah, you would have gleaned as the shape is moving, and you don't feel the shape moving because the central column isn't changing. Like the part that's the part that's coded is staying nice and like square and like not cylindrical, but like a square inside of a cylinder. It's the everything else around it that's starting to shape and move. You would definitely see like where the motherboard is and assume like, oh, like this is what a computer normally looks like in the other factories. this cool little blob on the side of it is probably the new part. And you would definitely see that towards like the top of the machine.
Okay, so she will try to pop out from there, so she would be in front of the bit that they need to. So she's gonna try to get out and be like, okay, I think there's the motherboard.
It would be like if the machine's like that 5-foot machine, it'd just be like the top of the cylinder from your perspective would be like just go in through the top and you can take it out of an access panel is what you would assume.
Okay, so she'll just bloop and be like sitting on top of the machine.
Yeah, and as you do, you feel like you now see the outside like becoming gelatinous in a way and trying to move as like wisps of like dark, almost like arcanotech black energy start like reaching up to try and grab you. They're very shadowy in a way that you would recognize, but also in a way that you understand is entirely the antithesis to you. Like whatever gave you your shadow energy is not this, and this seems to be able to like this seems drawn to you more than anything else. And as you just blip on top, you feel like 3 or 4 shadow tentacles and wisps coming to try and grab you. Yep. Siblings. Okay. What's your reaction? We're gonna let your siblings react. You caused this.
You caused this. When it out, coffee bean it out. So we're gonna get my coffee bean gun out and try to like snipe the tentacle monster thing down to get Maya.
Yeah, go for it. And Callum?
I'm tying a piece of rope around an arrow.
Okay.
And I'm going to fire it. Is the machine in the center of the room or is it against a wall?
The machine is in the center of the room.
I rolled an 11.
Yeah, it's like everything around the room feeds into it through like the floor network, but the central column is in the center of the room.
Good old 11 for agility.
Yeah, you get up there and you act real fast. What's it look like as the beans hit one of them?
Yeah, the beans is going super fast. So it's just so they go through the tentacles and like little splatters just come in out of it as it like wiggles on the ground and stuff, and as it just keeps on stopping it one by one.
Yeah, you get one of them off. You're not getting all of them. You get one of them off as like you see this bean cut through and like a shadow arm falls to the ground and like just the bean itself dissolves inside of it. Seems to de-age, seems to have like the life sucked out of it. And like it's like now like not that they can be old because they've already been fried, but like this withered coffee bean and this like arm of shadow fall to the ground. Callum, go ahead and tell us what you were doing.
Watching Hunter be a badass.
My bean worked.
Listen, you don't underestimate the beans.
Yeah. Bean.
You kids at home, you all watching at home, remember that. If you learn any lesson from tonight's show, don't underestimate the beans. I tie a piece of rope to an arrow and I shoot it up to Maya and I just tell her, grab this if you don't want to die.
Cool. I'm going to let you succeed in that. I'm going to have Maya try and catch it. It feels more like your aim is... Is it because I caused
this?
No, it's because your sister has great aim. You've shown you don't have great reflexes.
Yeah.
I'm not the type to do physical things. 7.
Okay. Yeah. What did you use for your 7?
Agility.
Okay, yeah. You reach up and grab it. You're super quick. But like it's that thing where you grab like the rope and not the actual shaft, so like the rest of it you have to like work yourself back a second to get to like the actual part that will give enough mass to pull you back. I don't know how the hit points work in this game, but we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna roll this little d6 here, and if it's a 5 or a 6, we'll have it hit you, and if it hits you, we'll do something to make health happen. It's a 5. Do you want the necromancer die or the pumpkin die for your health?
Oh, I'll take the necromancer die.
Okay, cool. We're not going to give you 6 out of your 10 hits in once, so whatever it is, we'll have it. If it's a 1, it flat outs to nothing. So we'll say 5, 6 becomes 3. No, 6 is a 3, 5, 4 is a 2, 3, 2 is 1, 1 is nothing. It's a 3. So whatever your health looks like, what's it look like as one of your like life essence is like sucked out by a shadow arm coming to grab you and try and pull you off this tower?
I think it would essentially, when it comes up, but instead of wrapping around her legs, it wraps around her shadow and begins to tug. And so she's being dragged off of this thing by her shadow.
Okay. Like being dragged by your own shadow.
Yeah.
I love that.
So my
And-
shadow's ensnared in the tentacle, and
Mhm.
and so that's what the black tentacle is pulling at
Lovely.
instead of my physical body.
Yeah. And Callum, now as this is happening, you have enough strength to pull back, and you're free to like rip your sister out of there and do whatever else you would like in the moment. As I didn't let you roll, and I feel like I should let you roll in action.
Oh, I grab Maya and I shove her into my shadow. Stay there.
Yeah. Let's have you roll for shadow wielding.
Shadow
was it?
wielding.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
6.
Yeah. Bad.
Yeah,
You
not
shove your
good.
sister into the ground.
It's not a
Like
thing that
you
I-
go to be like, get in the shadow, but not being the shadow attuned one. Just like get in the shadow and shove Maya at the floor. This is the situation we find ourselves in now. What would the three of you like to do?
Did you see anything useful while you were in there not getting eaten by a giant black smoky tendril monster?
Okay. First of all,
That your
how
sister
was I
saved you
supposed
from?
to know? How? Okay, thanks. But how was I supposed to know it was alive? Nobody stopped me from going in. First of all,
Nobody knew what you were going to do. It's fine. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
you
Go
just-
on.
I was trying
Go
to
on.
help.
You were just
There's
doing
a
thing.
stupid motherboard right there.
Motherboard. Like a normal one. Was there anything else? This is not normal.
They all look like tiny little mazes on like a green square.
You would remember.
I know what a motherboard is.
You'd remember you saw that extra blob affixed to this one that is atypical.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I would let them know. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like it had something on it. Okay. It's like I don't know much about them, but this one didn't look normal.
Mhm.
So there's something on it. You can smash around there, and we should be able to see it.
Hunter.
The eternal struggle of TTRPGs of needing to remember all the minute details and then
Yeah.
remembering them literally 5 minutes later.
Hunter, does that sound? That doesn't sound right.
That does not
Okay.
sound right now.
What doesn't?
The blob.
Wow, I
is
almost
Oh,
died, and you
green.
guys are not gonna believe me.
No, it's
Typical.
That's not what we're saying.
we just said it doesn't sound right.
That's
Doesn't mean
fine.
you're wrong.
In the time this conversation has taken, let's see if the tentacles can hit Maya once more.
No.
They do not. I got a 2, so not a 5 or a 6. You just see it like come and like try and grab, but at Callum's shadow, which is where it thought Maya would have landed, but with Maya not being able to enter, like just grabs is like, oh, there's nothing there, and just like retreats trying again.
I jump away from the tentacle.
No.
Get away from my
Okay.
shadow.
Okay. I'm not getting near the machine. I told you where the thing would be. So one of you smash it open.
Hunter, do you want me to? You told me to be careful. Do you want me to break this thing?
Well, now you can break it. It sounds attacking.
Yes. I jump on top of the machine. I climb up to the top of this machine,
Be careful.
and I go like this to the skeleton monster.
Mhm.
Skeleton, tentacle monster.
Yep.
That one. The Cthulhu thing that we're fighting. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's Stranger Things now. We're in the upside down. And I punch through the top of the machine
Mhm.
and try to grab whatever.
Yeah. The grabbing won't be hard. The punching will. What are we going to use for that?
I would probably say agility for that.
That makes sense.
And I did very well. That is a 13. No, 12. I can't count.
Perfect.
That was a
That-
12.
yeah. Either way, go ahead and just continue with the scene.
I have blood on my knuckles now just because it feels badass to say that out loud. Yeah, and so I grab whatever this pulsating, like bright green kind of submorpheous substance that I've never seen before.
Mhm.
Does it affect my skin at all? Does it feel, or does it just texturally feel weird?
It feels awful to hold. Nothing is happening to you. It just, there's something wrong with this object.
I open my satchel that's
Mhm.
covered in studs just because it looks cool.
Mhm.
And I take out my uncharacteristically cute pink planner
We love a throwback.
Yes.
and I apologize to it because I can only fit one thing in my satchel. It is not a satchel of holding, it is the opposite. It is the satchel of you could fit one thing. And then I shove the blob in there and I kiss my planner and I drop it into the machine.
Yeah, as you drop it in the machine, it just gets crushed. Like, the machine tries to close it in, imagining it's you going in once more, and just crushes it on impact, but you have the blob.
I have the blob.
You see coming out of like just holding onto your shoulder and looking over your shoulder because she just plopped out of your shadow. She was like, "Whoa, that looked really weird."
Yeah, so you're shadow teleporting into the shadow monster's reach?
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
I love that for you. It got a
no.
5, so
Okay.
you're gonna take.
Do I have to roll against it or
No.
No, okay.
It's going to give you 5 divided was 2, correct? Yeah, that's math. You're gonna take 2 more points of essence damage as the shadow once again, like, not even trying because you're actively trying to move through it.
I was
Like,
too
just
curious.
pulls the part of you away as you're moving through its own field.
So what's your health at now? 7?
Yeah. And so
Oh,
like I'm like,
no.
"Oh, that looks so weird." And then you just hear me scream and plop back under, and I appear in Hunter's shadow instead because it's the next like largest shadow I could see, right? The people would be casting the biggest shadows.
Yes.
And so I plop out of Hunter's shadow and I just like shake and walk away.
And Hunter, what are you doing in this moment as you see one sister succeeding in this aspect of the mission, one sister doing their thing? What are you doing?
Yeah, doing a thing. I would like to assist and help in Maya. Like I think Hunter yelled out, "Maya, what do you need from me? What can I help? How can I help you?"
Shit. Honestly, like we need to. Oh, I mean, if we're holding the thing, we don't need to be here anymore, do we?
No.
Is there anything else we need from the machine? And she's looking at Hunter because Hunter would know.
I don't think so. Do I need to roll for
Is
that?
this the thing?
You don't know.
Callum, hold it up so
Ah.
Hunter can see.
I take it out of the satchel. This feels awful and I don't like it. Also,
Is that the
Since-
thing?
when I took this out, did the tentacle monster like leave?
It didn't leave, but it's kind of more like in a waiting state now.
Ah.
It looks correct. It
Can
looks
we-
gross.
It's not great.
Do
No, I touch it?
You
'Cause
want
it
you
feels
want
not great.
You want a
Yeah.
jar for that?
Do you have a jar? Because I would.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Like it should be in my good old handy dandy mechanics toolkit.
I had to
Here's
get
a
rid of my
jar.
planner to put this in my bag.
You have a
And
planner?
you
Oh.
had it. Shut up. No, not anymore.
Oh,
Maya's
my
going to
bad.
pretend like she didn't see anything. She's like, "What planner?
There was a planner.
I don't know."
Helps put stuff in jar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw that.
Yeah.
up.
Even in the jar, it radiates wrong. Like, you can't, it's not the texture, it's not the feeling. There's just something in your soul that is wrong about having this object in your presence.
Makes my brain itchy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, it sounds like the right thing.
Yeah.
Let's get the hell out of here, shall we, family?
Yes.
And you all
Please.
easily.
I think before we go.
It's like, "Hey, your satchel's empty now, right?"
Yeah, why?
Maya jumps into the satchel.
Oh my god. I like this. And then on their way out, I think I could do arcane summoning for this. I want to fly like an arcane arrow to the machine so it blows the whole thing up.
I would love for you to do arcane summoning for that.
8.
Yeah. It blows the whole thing up. It also, like, as it blows up, a just huge burst of light destroys the shadow monster, as well as the room that you're all escaping. And the room collapsing causes the structure above to also collapse. And you can tell that while you're like currently 3 stories down at a very rapid speed, 3 stories is going to become ground level and everything above it will become rubble.
Okay. Go. Go.
Let's go.
Wait. I want to ask a clarifying question. If I may, does that mean that everything is falling on top of us and we have to try to get up and out, even if it's falling from the top down?
Well,
So like it's
the
kind of like
skeletons.
doing that thing where like it's falling like this way. It's like you guys are here,
Okay,
so you
thank
got time to get up and
I
out.
was very confused.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, then yeah, we run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you
We get
make
the
it.
skeleton boys.
Yeah, you make it. There's nothing in the way unless you all want to create a problem in the way.
Nope.
You see the phase zombies are laying on the ground. Like something about that shadow dissolving has knocked them out, if not killed them. They're still invisible. They're still humming. But you know that they don't need to be alive or corporeal to hum. The hum just stays where they died last. So you have no idea what state they're in, but they're clearly not in a spot to fight you. And you will call can emerge from the hatch to Tim, who's just standing there.
Thanks, Tim. He's still alive. He's not collapsing.
No, he seems to
he's
just be there.
human.
Oh, Tim, you want
Maybe
to
it's
join
like
our
the
group?
Fae bit. You want to go on a field trip? Get out of the cafe for a little bit?
Use your
He-
PTO.
He looks behind to where like the wall that divides the coffee shop from the kitchen, everything behind him is gone, but like the cafe stands because the cafe wasn't about the factory, only the kitchen. And he's like, eh?
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, you can come with us.
Yeah.
Eh.
Join our
Yeah.
crew.
I'm pretty sure you accrued a lot of PTO.
Yeah.
Eh.
Oh,
All right.
I get it. Economy.
Yeah.
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 Hannah, why don't you grab another bag of coffee beans so you don't run out?
Yeah. Yep.
And let's take this back to Pops.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, you don't mind
Yeah.
gnomes, do you? I mean, not Sean. Sorry, Tim. I read it because I was expecting your character's name, and I think of the character being Tim.
Yep. So above table, straight up the reason that this channel and Even Funny Games has me on Celix all the time is because I was like, playing a character named Alex, and the GM just kept merging them, and so the character became Celix, and now
I love
that's
it.
why. So
Amazing.
it's just every time I'm on this channel, I get a new name from an NPC. So and this time
You
the
love
NPC
some
gets my
lore.
name. We love it.
You love
yeah.
it.
Tim goes,
Okay. All
Let's
right.
continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zombies need unions, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll write a strong little word about
Shit.
this.
How's Percy doing?
Yeah, we get back
yeah.
to the robo dinosaurs.
Percy and Stanley are both just taking naps. There's nothing fey about them. You know that they have been revived by the gnomes, and then the Arcanotech is magic, not fey magic.
Mhm.
So they're just laying there. There's nothing wrong with your dinos.
Hey Callum, I'm gonna stay in this very cozy satchel until we get there. But does Tim fit on either of your dinos?
Oh, it definitely will fit on Stanley.
Yeah, Stanley. Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on, Tim.
Okay.
Tim's gonna roll for dino riding.
So
Tim is definitely horrible at dino riding.
Maya goes, wait. And before they take off, and she hops out of Callum's satchel, and she is going to use her Shibari skill to tie him to the dino so he doesn't fall off.
Okay, you roll for that, and if it goes well,
Okay.
I'll remove his -2.
Okay. That's a 2.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have a plus something. It's still not good enough.
Yeah,
Nope,
it's
that's a
not going to
3.
beat a 6.
No.
Yeah, you tie him.
Okay. I tried.
He gets a 5 with his -2, brings
Right.
it down to 3. And as soon as Stanley takes off, not at a fast speed or anything, like very much with those just married signs, Tim falls and goes, and then grabs the tail and is just like holding on, hugging Stanley's tail as tight as he can.
Oh, Tim.
With like,
Tim.
Just
and I imagine
hold
Stanley
on really
that
tight.
as like this rope every kind of like when like dogs get their leash with them and you're like, oh dog, you gotta undo that. Stanley's trying to avoid Maya's ropes, but just has to like stop and undo it, and there's just so many problems.
It's just like complications back
Yeah.
there.
Like,
I was trying.
Let's just
Sorry.
keep on holding, Tim.
Just hold on real tight.
I won't go too fast, Stanley. Doesn't run.
Bodacito.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll ride behind Stanley.
Just in
Just in
case he
case.
like
Going
Love it.
at like 2 miles an hour, you could have walked faster. You make it back to the casino. No one feels good about it. It's not a good time. It's like 4 humiliating blocks, but you get there. You get the sense Tim would have just let go if he wasn't tied to this dinosaur.
Should we give Pop some of the coffee beans?
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to decide.
Pouch ready.
Are you guys going to actually give him the weird ominous blob?
No, we're gonna give him coffee and think that's the magic.
Yeah.
Has he ever seen coffee?
They don't leave from that place. So
Why have they not left that in?
Okay,
Hunter, how many years did they say?
They have at
Let
least
Hunter
not
remember.
been there since the sun.
I would like to take.
Okay, so it's been a while.
I'd like to take the coffee beans and a can of gold spray paint and spray paint the beans to be shiny. So, could they like shiny things?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna try to make them take the bag of shiny coffee beans and have that as our payment.
Yes.
With them, and then we take the weird globby thing.
Yeah.
No, they're supposed to make us a weapon with the weird globby thing, right?
That was your hope.
I don't.
Well, technically, your hope was that they would affix the thing to weapons for you. So if you give them a bag of gold coffee and they buy it, they're gonna attempt to adhere golden coffee.
Yeah, I don't know why I said make them think it's the magic, because that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Hunter knew what I meant. Taylor knew.
Yeah.
I got a little lost, but I was like, the goalpost is constantly moving. Maybe it's a new goal.
No.
Taylor knew what I meant.
No, we're here. I'm picking up now.
Thank
We're good
you.
now. We're good. So
Okay. All right. So
Well,
we're
we
gonna
need-
get weapons made out of this thing, right?
Yes.
And then we go back to the people that hired us and turn them all into zombies and take over, right?
Yeah.
And that allows the gnomes to come back out to the surface.
So that we can free all of the other human children that they kidnapped.
Yeah.
Exactly. We are their
Revolution.
saviors. Revolutionaries. All right. I feel good about this.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. And she just hops back into the satchel.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's go. And then
It's
leaves.
dirty down there. I'm not doing this again.
Understandable.
Yep.
Hunter would take charge and go down first.
And
be like, Pops, we're back. Slams gold coffee beans down. Puts a jar there. Said, all right, we got the thing. We need the weapons. There's your payment right there. How fast can you get it done?
Oh, using no magic, I can get it done in a matter of seconds. I really didn't think you guys were gonna live. So I don't have the supply. Let me go get the supplies. And like he goes into a back room. And
why is this man constantly underestimating us?
But
It's
Constantly.
not
Every time. How many factories have we done? Okay, it's fine.
well, one of them's gonna kill you at some point. It's not on me.
Oh, you're still here?
He walked in and then he came back with the machines. It's a small room. Casino is like one spot. Also, Hampot in chat. I mean, he is a man, so
Underestimating the women.
Yeah, so Pop comes back and is like, "Well, I mean, I play the odds all the time. One of them's got to take you out, but congrats!" And just holding us. Oh, I don't like this now anyway, and like just like puts it on the machine on like one of your like I think you had said you wanted ray guns earlier. So like takes out like what would have been like a super soaker and like shoves it into it. And then just like using no magic, like uses some weird like duplication magic to make 3 of them. And each of you are given a super soaker full, like holding it still feels awful. Nothing about holding this feels good. But when he pulls the trigger, you see just like a beam of light come out the same color as the object.
Love it. While he was doing
Gotta
this,
get rid of that for you.
while he was doing this, Maya had sneaked off and went into the shadow of the bartender, kind of like pops like half up behind him, but like, you know, he's facing the bar and she comes up behind him and just like grabs a couple of bottles that look expensive and just like disappears again. She's like, you know, he's so mean. I don't feel bad about this at all. She just steals liquor bottles.
He's a mob boss.
Yeah.
You've done, I would say you're so proficient in your shadow that nothing would need to be rolled about that, but you are currently like having a little bit of a severed connection Go ahead and roll me for it.
Time to go a little
Let's see.
crazy.
A little crazy. 8 plus 2 of my
Perfect.
skill, so
It's
that's a 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
You achieve. Your success is good. No issue.
Yeah.
You find like you somehow come out of like the shadow being cast in like the back of his head where you can reach like all the top shelf stuff like at your height you normally couldn't reach it, but you're just like whoop and you get the entire top shelf of liquors.
Yeah, he's like he's wearing a very large hat, and so the hat casts a shadow on the back of his neck, and I just kind of like and slip back in, and then I slip back into Callum's pouch. And now your pouch feels really heavy because there's a couple of bottles of liquor in it, and I just kind of like slip out and just stand next to you.
How does that work in a pouch that can hold one thing?
Oh shit, that's true.
So as you slip back out,
it's so heavy now.
Yeah, and it's like it's definitely bulging. I'm not gonna mess with this because it's fun, but it's definitely like you tried to put like 18 objects in the space of one. Physics at some point will betray you. It just depends on if it's soon or later.
Also, so Callum just has a really heavy pouch, and then I like walk over next to Hunter and just hand her a bottle, and I have a bottle too.
Also, Pops, this is Tim. Tim makes a mean cup of coffee.
I give Tim a bottle.
He's been making coffee for no one for far too long. So have your own barista. He's chill.
Yeah, we like him.
Yeah. You'll be, these people are gonna drink the stuff you make, okay?
Feel good about that?
Go. All right.
If you don't want to stay, just say no.
Like Tim looks around. It's a different environment.
Honestly,
it's something new.
There's actual people here, ish.
Yeah.
There's sentients.
Yeah, there's steampunk gnomes here. Yeah.
We can come back and check on him, right?
Pops, if you hurt this boy, you'll answer to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. You'll answer to her.
And Hunter, who's now dual wielding 2 powerful weapons.
Yeah.
I got no intention of hurting the new staff. Like, if he's gonna work and if I don't gotta pay him, I'm not gonna get rid of him.
Yeah, you just have to be nice to him. That's it.
On that, Tim goes, like, at least at the school I was getting paid, and I was slowly accruing PTO, mostly in, like, I could only use it over the summer, but it meant I could go home. Like, here, if he's not going to pay it, Tim's gonna try and have some talks.
But also, isn't the school like no longer actually a school?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
The school has fallen to shambles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just like.
Yeah, but Tim had a routine, and it's hard to change routine when you're in it.
Or a zombie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll negotiate some good work environment stuff for you. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Someone roll to negotiate work environment.
Oh no.
Not negotiate work environment.
Who had? Okay, well, one of us has negative charisma, and the other one has negative empathy. So the one that doesn't.
I don't.
Actually, I think that would have been Hunter. Yeah. All
yeah,
right.
I have nothing in either one.
Roll to form
Fight for
union,
Tim.
Hunter.
Oh, that is 10.
Yeah. What's Tim's contract? You tell us.
And so, it's like Hunter trying to like talk to the rest of the sisters. Like, all right, what all we want to put on this contract before I just start rambling.
Free meals.
I mean, vacation time. Oh yeah, free room and board.
Free room and board. PTO. Make sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Mental health breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Free coffee.
Yep.
Yeah. I think those are the
And 3-day weekends.
3-day weekends. Yep.
I like that one. That's
Yeah,
awesome. He likes that. He likes that.
Yeah. As I get
Healthcare.
that yearly raise, 401k.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. $25 an hour.
Yeah, 25.
If not 30.
Gotta keep up with the economy. So yeah. I think those are good.
The penny arcade got really expensive.
Oh, the goblins aren't allowed to beat him up or anything.
Yeah, no violence or harassment. Yep.
No, yeah. Anti-harassment policies.
Yeah.
Okay, and they have to let us come and visit him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Yep. Yeah. So Hunter
All right.
relays all that on the and then contract form.
Yeah.
Relays all that in there. Like has a pen and paper out, writing it all down and stuff. So yeah, this is what Tim's.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Tim's lawyer.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how we do it.
5-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, honey.
Yeah. And you all negotiate Tim a beautiful working contract. Like,
Yeah.
this
Hell
is the
yeah.
best job Tim
I
could
feel
ever
so
have.
good about it.
Yeah.
And you have ray guns that shoot Faye. Faye zombies.
We love it.
Yeah.
No, let's go save some children.
Just panning across town, because I know we're getting late in the night for some of us, you make it back to the headquarters of your bosses, where, like, this is like mission control. It's where, when you all woke up as your first time, reunited as sisters, you were like, hey, nothing's weird. It's all fine. This is like not your home, but the building you spent a lot of your lives in. And you know the layout better than anyone possibly could. The rest of this is all on you. I'm not having anyone roll. You all tell me what your rampage looks like.
Okay. I say we go around and take out like the Fae that are like walking around so we can unlock all the doors for all of the children.
Mm-hmm.
And we make our way to the top where the, like, what is it called? Oh my god, it's the
Archfey?
lady that, yeah, so it's this archfey hag that like is the one that takes care of all of the children, or all the, she's the one that like
like
she's
the
the
house
boss, she's the
mother?
one that told
calls the
the
shots.
house mother, there you go.
Yeah.
She's the one that told all the other fae to which children to grab and stuff like that, right? And so we're gonna take them out slowly as we unlock and let all the children out until we get to the top floor where the hag mother is. Okay.
Love this idea.
And that way, just in case the building blows up, whatever happens, all the children made it out. Okay. So we'd go from room to room with our guns.
Yeah.
I think-
How do you guys want to take them out?
I think we would also probably have Percy and Stanley outside, especially because then we can, because it's a Stegosaurus. I think we could have most of the kids ride on Stanley with you.
Yeah.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Like the school bus.
Yeah.
Dino
Seatbelts,
school bus.
everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. So much.
We can probably find because some of like the fairies would have ridden dinos as well. So before we go in the building, we can go out to the stables, to the dino stables, and grab some of them and put them in the front with ours, or with yours, because I don't have one.
And we'll get some of the older kids out to come and
they
ride
help
the
the little
dinosaurs
kids
with
to get
little
on the
kids.
dinos.
Yeah.
Mhm,
We're breaking out the evil orphanage in Annie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
So we
yes,
get the dinos ready. We go in, get some of the older kids, tell them what we're planning, right?
Yeah.
And then we start breaking out the little kids. I think I would be in charge of like taking care of like the locks and stuff, because I can get in the locks to like unlock them if they are physical locks.
Tinkerbell style, love it.
Yeah, there you go. And then Hunter can be like, she can disarm the alarm at the door, and Callum's knocking doors down with her fucking foot, and we're just, yeah.
And then you just hear bad reputation.
All right, and we start making our way not downtown. But uptown.
And you make your way all the way up, freeing all the children, turning all the Fae, until you reach the house mother, or the hag mother in this case.
A bad reputation.
And what does the final confrontation look like as you free all of the children and eliminate the Fae presence from this city? What's it look like? Each of you tell me a part of it to wrap out the story.
The way I picture she looks, that's going to be my input here. Have you guys seen Spirited Away?
Yeah.
So the lady, the old lady with like the big nose and the moles, just the white hair, and she's sitting on a desk full of like weird bubbly substances, and she's got a big stack of papers, which are all like the contracts or everything that she traded the children for. And I whisper to you guys, like, we have to make sure we burn those, right? And she's sitting at this big old desk, and she turns around and looks at us as we standing there, kind of Charlie's Angels style.
So hey Nana, we finished our mission.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it is, because now now we have to give you some bad news.
Oh,
Which
Nana's heard lots of bad news. What is it?
We're putting you out of business. And she just shoots Nana right in the middle.
Yeah,
of her all three of us are just like
we're taking out beanness.
Callum high fives Hunter.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm like,
it's very
Maya
good.
just groans.
I was like working on that up the stairs. Yeah,
I love it. And then so Nana's head just literally explodes.
The beans are coming out.
She turns into a zombie and then explodes.
Mm-hmm. Viscera everywhere.
Everywhere. We light the papers on fire. We light the whole room on fire. And then we jump out of the windows of this top floor office onto Stanley. And then I get back onto the ground, onto the Raptors. And all of the kids are waiting for us.
Yeah.
And I turn to Hunter and I say, do the thing. Hunter can blow up the rest of the building.
They do the thing. I'm like, alrighty.
Blow up the rest of the building.
Yeah, Hunter.
You're the one that makes the bombs, girl.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it's like Hunter's so excited. Got the
Julie,
big red button. Got the big red button. And had if all the kids wanted to hit the button too, they all together hit the button and the red button to explode the whole factory, whatever the orphanage.
And on that explosion, we pan out as a building is going up in flames. A group of dinosaurs are being ridden by children towards the horizon, yet unknown. How many? Where will we all get food from? There was a lot of things that the Fae were doing that I don't think logistically got factored in here, but you'll all figure it out. You're great survivalists. And with that, we'll wrap out this session of You Awaken in a Strange Place.
We did that.
Thank you so much, everyone, for playing. Thank you, audience, for watching. I love this game. It is my favorite game. If anyone out there ever needs someone to run it, be like, yo, Sean, you want to run a game? Yes, is probably the answer. But let's go around and have everyone introduce themselves. And we'll go, no, we won't we're going to go backwards, we do backwards. Yuri, you're first, and then popcorn it around.
All right.
Yeah, awesome. You haven't been first yet.
No. All right. So hello, everybody. Again, my name is Yuri. That is Yuri. I went ahead and played Maya today, the Shadow Wielder, I guess. You guys can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. I do have a lot of one-shots that I'm going to be doing all over the place in the month of September and October. Do I remember what all of them are? No. But for example, I will be at Game Master Monday, and I will be doing also a one-shot with Diversity Saves for the Hispanic Heritage Month. So that is going to be really, really fun. Vyson over at Twisted Fates, and a lot of stuff. Oh my god, so much stuff that is pre-recorded that is going to be happening. So there's at least 4 things that are getting pre-recorded with some amazing groups. I'm so sad I can't say anything about it yet, but it's a lot of exciting things. So just kind of be on the lookout for that, because you're going to be seeing some really, really cool announcements.
You are everywhere.
Yeah. So you'll be seeing those announcements. I am mainly on Threads if you just want to go and see my ramblings around, and I will go ahead and pass it over to Taylor.
Hey, I'm Taylor, aka spunkytaylor, aka Hunter this evening. A lot of fun, exciting things happening in all the jazz. I've been co-producing BIPOC Vamp Day. There's gonna be 9 amazing TTRPG tables from September 20th through the September 22nd, raising money for sickle cell treatment in America and in the UK, raising money for that. Amazing players, amazing GMs. There'll be a Tilify League, but I running this whole event since May has been an amazing journey, and I'm so excited for everybody to see the end game of all those games happening that weekend. Also, I'll be in the Vyson game. We got Shipwrecks tomorrow. But I can let Sean talk about that later that time.
Sure.
Yeah. But lots of things. Pre-recorded stuff is happening. Yeah. Yep. Take it, Maz.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mez, and this has been my face. Thank you so much for watching. This was so much fun. Thank you, Handpot, for having us. Sean, this was amazing. You can find me all over the internet as Maz Face. That's Mazz Face. I'm on Instagram and Threads mostly. That's actually the only two places you can find me because I hate everywhere else, except for my bedroom. That is the other place that you can find me.
Valid.
Don't, because that's weird.
Yeah.
This is my safe space. I am a cosplayer, graphic designer, tabletop role-playing gamer, performer, and live stream producer. I'm also an event coordinator. And I stream on my personal Twitch channel sometimes. It's chaotic and great. You can find me next at a live in-person show. If you are in the New York City or New Jersey metro area, I will be in a show with the RP Jesters in Brooklyn at Brooklyn Game Night on October 1st. We are playing Stars Are Dead. Stars Are Dead. It's gonna be so much fun. It's my first like in-person live show, and that's not at a convention, and I'm very excited. And on my content platform, that's not just for me, Open Circuit Studios, I'm editing a script reading of a friend of mine's show called I've Got No Spoon, which is a steampunk comedy audio play, and that will be coming out soon. So keep an eye on my social media there for announcements as to when that will be streaming on the Open Circuit Studios YouTube channel. And I will also be at PAX Unplugged in December in Philadelphia. I get to see two other familiar faces. Yuri, are you going?
I am going to be at PAX as well.
Everybody's going.
So
We're gonna have
We
to have
should submit this as
group
a
picture.
a group
Just
picture.
like
Yeah.
take this,
Yeah.
send it to PAX, say let us run it again.
Hey,
That's
Yeah.
I'm
Do
down.
it.
Do it. Send it.
and that's me. That's my life. I don't like to be perceived otherwise. Sean.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I am Sean. I was our GM tonight. You can primarily find me, you can find me all across the internet, mostly at Instagram and Threads, but also here on Twitch on my personal channel, which gets used when I'm not guesting on other people's channels, which is far more likely, at helpactionneeded, all one word, as well as if you want to hear my voice, I am the GM and producer of the Help Action Needed podcast, where we play primarily D&D, but also a bunch of different things, such as we did an episode of Babies and Broadswords, written by people that host this channel and friends, and it's great. But also, like Taylor said, tomorrow we'll have Shipwrecks over on Don't Kill My Character RPGs, in which we are a band of pirates doing not the best. Like, they have good hearts. They're not good at being pirates, but they have amazing hearts, where I play Asper Rhyme, a fathomless tiefling warlock. Also on possibly this weekend, maybe next weekend, I don't remember the timeline, you can find Taylor and I over on Starcrawl RPGs in a Blades in the Dark mini-series. Episode 3 will be coming out this weekend or next weekend. I don't remember. Oops.
I don't remember.
Also, things that are coming up, very similar to all of us, like so many pre-recorded things. Like I have like 4 recordings next week, but none of them come out for like a month or two. So the next time after that you can find me is it's not announced which channel yet, but I'll be running another game of You Awaken in a Strange Place at the end of this month. So if you want to watch another one of these, it'll be entirely different because that's how the game works. You can find me playing that, as well as a couple things returning here on the 20th, way in the future. Over a month from now, there will be a kids on bikes / dads on mowers exciting thing of some Five Nights at Freddy's that you can find Taylor and I in. As well as a bunch of other stuff, but I'm not going to do it all because I see that there is a raid happening. So it's easiest to find me on Instagram and Threads, where I will post everything, and that's the easiest spot to find me. But yeah, thank you so much, players, for playing. Thank you, audience, for watching, and we will all see you next time. I don't know how long we'll be live, so we're just going to wave until the stream dies.